Welcome to the Trophyz and Medals podcast, where we discuss sports, fashion, music, and entertainment. Where trophies are temporary and medals are forever. What side are you on? Welcome back to the Trophyz and Medals podcast. This is season 3, episode 1. Here with the Ebb-Tide crew. We got Raheem Godell, Ebb-Tide King, Tony Love in the building. What's good, fellas?
Too good.
Suck. Last day of vacation, so I ain't happy around this bitch.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, so bracing myself for tomorrow.
You'll live. We got a few things we got to cover today. NBA playoffs are back. We also had the NBA lottery. We'll go over that and potential moves that's going to happen there. We got some NFL news. We got Earl Thomas fighting. The Washington football team having some moves and some tragedy, as well as upcoming versus battle and potential versus battle that may be interesting in a Nas recently released album. But first thing first, what do y'all think about the playoffs so far?
Outstanding.
Yeah.
First time I've actually watched every damn game. I never do this, but this has definitely been on point. And I'm liking how they're playing every other day.
Yeah.
I'm liking that they are playing earlier. Starting at 1:30, I think that's better instead of being up to damn near midnight watching the game. So I think that's probably pulling in more people that may not have been fans before.
And
It's
also
a good marketing scheme. Go ahead, Andy.
No, it's also playing into, most folks are home now.
Yeah,
Exactly. I know what I'm about to say.
Nobody getting off work.
You ain't got shit to do.
Game.
Right, you can have it playing in the background. If you are working, you can have it playing in the background and still be watching it. Or shit, if you unfortunately don't have a job, you still can watch it and stuff. If you still got cable.
Mm-hmm. So, a couple of series are being a wash. I know today the Sixers got that sweep, so they gone, which is not a surprise. What y'all think about what you think is going to happen next with the Sixers?
And Bill Simmons is gone, one of them. And I expected this for them too, because they, Butler's gone, Reddick's gone. They got rid of shooters. Outside of them too.
Well, shooters left. They ain't get rid of them. They left on their own.
Well, that's true.
Yeah,
I mean, at the same time, I don't think they ain't make it welcoming for Butler. I think once they decided to pay Tobias Harris, it was like, okay, well, Jimmy was like, oh, fuck it, I'm gone. Like, I think he knew, like, ain't no way you can tie up all that money in them for, like you're saying, have no additional shooters and be successful.
Right. And they said it on JJ's podcast that somebody told Jimmy, like, if you can control him, we'll keep him. And it's like, Jimmy's like, nah, I'm gone. And with JJ, it's like, if nobody else is available, we'll bring it back. He's like, nah, you don't, I'll make it easy for you.
Yeah.
He was one of those first free agent signings to the Pelicans. That was a shock. Like, oh, we got JJ. Oh.
Yeah, that's for sure. JJ jumped ship ASAP, bro.
I mean, he did his thing too. I hope he stays in New Orleans. I think he was good for the young players and that shooting.
I think it
That's
depends
the
on who the coach is.
coach, but then they still can trade him though. He's in the midst of some trade talks too though. He signed a 2-year deal.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So
Celtics handle
that's gonna be
business.
interesting.
Even though Gordon Hayward was injured again, they made easy work. I don't think they're gonna run into any issues missing Hayward. It might be a blessing in disguise.
Exact. I think it actually is because he was already the fourth option anyway.
Uh-huh.
And it's like, shoot, you might as well just get those shots to the youngins anyway in Kemba, so it just helps out with the shot selection better. So like you said, there's one less, but you have to worry about forcing to give him the ball.
Right, because you feel obligated to because you pay that money to him.
Right. And I think this is last year. I think he's gone too. I think they're gonna ship him also.
And do you think with Hayward leaving the West and him going to the East, I think the bigs are more athletic. He got exposed.
Can't finish around the rim.
And, yeah.
That been an injury though too. He's still mentally trying to get back from that also.
Okay.
I still think that's part of the factor, but it's still these youngins that just took over the team also. So it's just like he's the odd man out in this situation now.
Mm-hmm.
So like Boston need to use this and just try to see if they can deal with a package and get a real big and help out in that scenario.
I'm all for it. Staying in the East, the Raptors been busting up the Nets, which is no surprise. Nets pretty much is playing with Karis LeVert and randoms.
Right, but they're playing with some heart though. I'm still respecting the heart that they're playing with though, and not like it's like now that Toronto is getting in their little vibe and everything. They're doing a good job. Oh my God, Luka foul.
What he did?
I got caught in the middle of the. You'll see. Well, we're gonna this. I don't know how we gonna edit this or not, but
no. I mean, just for those who's listening, we're recording. There's an overtime between the Clippers and the Mavs. I'm a little behind, and I think I know what's about to happen. So we'll react to that in just a second. But the Nets are pretty much playing for to be on the roster next year. Who's gonna stay around when Kyrie and Kevin Durant? So of course they're gonna play hard and you know, and do the right thing. So but they definitely gonna get swept. But you gotta just play hard.
Right. And which they did do, and that's why I'm saying they've been playing pretty good, overall and stuff like that. But Luka's becoming that man as we speak.
Yeah, the other thing in the East, the Bucks, even though they lost game one, look like they just kind of flipped that switch on. I think they're going to take care of them.
Yeah,
Luka got
I
the
still
ball,
don't see them
back. Oh my God, shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Luka with the move, dog. Like,
Lulu.
I don't know.
Lulu.
Shout out paid in full. So going to the West. So this is what? This is the second game they won? Or this is the first game they won?
2-2. No, 2-2.
Dog.
So game's over?
Yeah. Luka won a step back.
Step back three.
Damn it.
And he didn't need a three, which
exactly. He didn't even need a three. He could have did a two,
but that's his move though. So like
that's it. Right.
You got to take that away.
43, 17, and 13, dude.
Was Paul George guarding him? I didn't see. I wasn't paying attention to who was guarding him.
I don't think that was Paul George. Though.
No, it's not. It's they got a switch. It was Reggie Jackson. Yeah. Yep. Eat that.
Right, exactly. There was nothing he could do about that.
He's too small. So so they tied 2-2. So y'all think the Mavs gonna sneak away with this one?
They have a chance.
They have a chance.
This has a chance, especially now that your boy tried to take that shot. He was taking those shots at Luka in the last game, calling him a soft ass white boy. You know, that shit go. Yeah, he's soft, all right.
We'll eat them words.
Exactly.
Eat them words.
He's taking over the league, man. He's gonna be in the top 3 of cats as always. Gonna be in the mix, and now the Mavs gonna be they gonna always be in the mix of getting free agents now going forward.
Everybody gonna want to play with him.
Everybody gonna play with this cat. So now it's just this. Man, I ain't never think somebody be able to take over Dirk's spot, man, in this damn whack ass city. But
I'm not surprised.
I'm not surprised
that's
either.
What Donnie Nelson's specialty. He stayed overseas looking for the next thing.
But you guys, I guess you just didn't expect Luka to jump off this quickly. I knew he was gonna be good, but damn, I wasn't expecting this quickly.
That is it just I think you can actually kind of say the adjustment to the NBA is now actually all that hard as people think it is.
Not
He said that last year that it's easy to score in the NBA because you can't be physical in the NBA. They call fouls on everything versus overseas, you're getting tackled and shit. That's something that the Olympic team always struggle with when they first start playing Olympics, like those first couple of games, because the referees are not giving them tick-tack fouls. And the guards
And you can go 10. And you can go 10.
And you can go 10 too.
Well, with them, it's not good. If it bounces off that rim, you can just snatch it and keep going.
Right.
So it's he's been playing professional since 13, 14 years old. So playing against grown men, that to me, that's hard work earned. So that's a good thing about the Mavs.
Yeah, and for Luka to do this on Kobe's birthday too.
Yeah.
That's crazy too.
Also in the West, the Lakers went up 2-1 yesterday on the Trailblazers. Kind of feel like the Trailblazers gave that away. They was up early while the Lakers were missing a bunch of free throws. They should have took advantage of that to put them away early. But then LeBron finally started being aggressive and scoring.
Right.
As well as Anthony Davis. But I still don't think he's playing up to potential either.
I'm not surprised.
Who? Anthony Davis?
Yeah. So I don't know why you're not surprised.
I think that's been his MO his entire existence since he came onto the scene. Remember the national championship for Kentucky, he only had 4 points and like 19 rebounds.
Yep.
In that championship game.
Only 19 rebounds. So, but yeah, he didn't he didn't score.
He wasn't that offensive force that he had been all season. And you look, I forget the name, the cat who he was a top 5 pick and now is no longer in the league from Oklahoma that they played against. Not Oklahoma, from Kansas that they played
You're talking
against.
about Thomas Robinson?
Yeah. He had a great game against him and all, but get to this level, when the time is there for you.
Yeah, in the big games, he don't really step up in the big games.
Mm-hmm.
He'll have good, just regular season games. He'll put up great numbers, but when it's this playoff time, aka playoff P, he's shrinking up.
Yeah.
And I think, like you said, when LeBron finally decided to get aggressive, LeBron got, okay, this nigga ain't doing shit.
Right. KCP, get your ass out the way. Danny Green, get your flopping running ass up. Yeah, he got to realize this is not the team for him to be distributing. He has to attack more. He doesn't have Ray Allen. He doesn't have Mike Miller.
Yeah, he has no shooter at all on this team, period.
Not only that, no killer.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No killer.
No killers.
Like we see Ray Allen as a shooter, but he's also a killer though at the same time, and he doesn't have that sidekick, so he has to just post up more and be more aggressive.
I would not be surprised if he said, you know what, Alex Caruso need to be in the starting lineup.
You might see that change. Yeah, especially if Rhino's not coming back.
Yeah, because he's definitely more of a killer than anybody else. Than anybody that's on the team next to LeBron right now. So that's a good call. I don't know, man. I don't really feel like the finals is going to be a weird finals that I think it's going to be some teams we wouldn't even expect them to be in the finals. I'm not thinking it's going to be these usual suspects that people have been predicting.
Because if Anthony Davis is going to float around the three-point line, I don't think they can. They're not going to, once they get to the next rounds and play against better competition, if he continues to try to play the 4 and be on the wing and not playing the 5, it messes up the whole lineup. So, maybe he turns it on, but it's to be continued. You know what I'm saying? So, we got to see. The Jazz, been taking care of business surprisingly.
Yes.
I thought the Nuggets would be better. I didn't really have a reason. I just figured it would be better, but
I'm thinking coaching is the reason in this situation for the Nuggets.
that's a good point because
I'm
your
gonna put the
boy
Cowboys.
Gobert had like 20 points in the first half with no post moves, just running to the front of the rim and just scoring, and like nobody's
Right.
cutting them off, putting a body on him or nothing. And I know Jokic is flat-footed and all, but shit, put that weight on him. Something.
Right. So yeah, and I mean, and the Michael Porter's kid, he's doing his thing.
Let me ask
So
y'all
like,
this about him. Do y'all think? Because I've been watching their games, and it feels like every time Michael Porter shoots, even though he's making it, they're kind of looking at him like, "Why
What
are
are
you
you
taking
doing?"
them shots? Yeah, like you ain't
yeah,
supposed to be doing this."
right. They mad, like it's almost like they mad that he is like doing this, and it's getting more mad that he actually making them on top of that. Like he's not supposed to be doing it. Like you supposed to just be like a rookie and a third option, and you just give us you just get the filler points. You don't
It's like
right.
it's like he's starting, and the team is not agreeing with it.
Right.
But
I'm not. He's showing he can play,
yeah,
and you should be happy that he's doing what he's doing. But you can see the jealousy there.
yeah. I don't know why. I think he's a supreme talent. You would think he'd be more welcome.
You guys, that Miller. I mean, not Miller, but Murray kid is he got a major ego, nigga. He ain't trying to hit. So I don't know. So that I don't know. They gotta do some shakeups in Denver eventually. You can see it bubbling.
Yeah, they definitely gonna make a move. They're gonna make a move to where it's gonna be more so lean towards Portland.
I thought they should have made a move last year after losing to Portland. Like,
Yeah,
they should have been in the conference finals easily. They should have not gone 7 games for Portland.
So, like I said, well, the coach and Porter didn't play last year. Now, like I said, he's coming in stepping up. They ain't liking this, so it's like, yeah, it's too much. They're gonna have to make some moves too and change up everything.
but it's the thing though. So they mad at Michael Porter Jr., but you excited about Gary Harris. Like I like Gary Harris and all as a role player, even though he's injured now. But like they was all in love with him, I guess, because he doesn't
He
shoot.
was playing his role. He was playing his role. He was playing as a role player. See, Murray and Joker, they both kind of felt like this day team, and everybody's gonna just fall in line.
Yeah.
And Porter ain't falling in line. Like, nah, I know my skill set is actually better than both of y'all's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, I wish I would bow down to y'all. Like,
Yeah.
so I mean, he's backing it up. Like the way he pulled up with confidence. I mean, he already hit this 3-pointer with ease at 6'10".
That's why I'm about to say his reach is ridiculous.
And so I'm like, and it ain't even like a forced shot. He's shooting it natural. So yeah, there's gonna be a lot of bumping heads that's about to happen in Denver there. So that's gonna be interesting going forward there.
The other thing, Miami looking like they're about to sweep the Pacers. I don't think the Pacers without Sabonis with Oladipo's not looking 100%. I don't think that was a good matchup for them to play against Miami. So definitely, no more than 5 games for them. And then the Thunder and the Rockets. Thunder won last night or yesterday, overtime. I think that might go 7 games.
Yeah, is it going to what I
if Russ
expected?
don't play next game.
Right. But that series is going exactly how I planned it to go anyway. Because like I said, the lack of defense that Houston played, and you can't keep as much as I don't like that bitch ass Chris Paul. He can still lead those youngins into in the right direction. He had another one of his bitch ass moments and everything, punching somebody in the nuts and everything. Like, see, this is why I don't like his ass.
Well, how about just to kind of add to this whole playoff situation, it could just in the West, it could actually literally be conference finals, Lakers versus Mavs easily.
But yeah. Is it
I
set up
can
for them
see
to
it.
compete in the conference finals?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because if they went against the Clippers, then I mean they could easily probably beat Utah and Denver. I mean, unless
Yeah.
Denver bench like really shows up, and then of course the Houston and OKC game. It's kind of like St. Al versus St. Al, in my opinion. Or like it's like you took one team and you really pretty much kind of went down the street, and played for another team, and now you're playing your whole team again.
Yeah.
Chris Paul. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, so I don't know.
Yeah,
But-
he knows weaknesses. Yeah, so he know their weaknesses and everything like that. So that's why I said like I look at this as a even series because of the fact of Chris Paul being a coach on the court, he know how to take advantage of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but Chris Paul is a suck ass nigga too, so fuck that nigga.
Of course.
Like we just said, like he still punching niggas in the nuts. Like
Yeah, he still
that's
bitch ass pride when somebody do something to him. That's why I love when Jimmy Butler just ran clean over his ass.
fuck stick.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you want to play dirty shit? I'm gonna show you what dirty is. How about this?
Yes.
Take all this shoulder and body into the chest.
Yeah, somebody said something talking about he only 6 foot tall. He shouldn't have did him. Man, I'm like, shit, as much shit as Paul.
No, yeah.
Exactly.
That's someone you take out on principle.
Right.
Talking about he only 6. Nah, man. That damn Napoleon complex BS he be on. Nah, you gotta take him out.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, the playoffs have not disappointed so far. I think it's only gonna get better. We got our first game winner today.
I will say
it's competitive.
I will say it's pretty boring.
How's
And
it
only reason
boring?
I would say like this: besides the Lakers in Portland and the Clippers in Dallas, what other game really popping?
see, yeah, they like see you. This is like you showing you're not a true basketball fan.
No. I'm a true basketball fan.
You're casual. You come out as a casual. You sound like a casual basketball fan. Because actually, I'm more of a casual. I think I'm a casual fan, and I'm actually been highly intrigued by this so far. Of just I don't know. I'm really enjoying it. Like I've never watched every freaking game before, and I did this through a whole vacation, and I've never done this. And I mean, I was really in tune watching, and I'm seeing who really like basketball and who out here really just play basketball because they just talk for the first time. Like I'm really seeing it.
It stands out when you watch every game.
Yeah, I'm really getting to see who really loves this and who just doing this to get a check.
I'd say overall, the West is probably more intriguing than the East right now to me. But I do think that.
I agree.
But I think the next round will be way more interesting for the East than it is for the West.
Yeah, because it's just the talent level from top to bottom in the East is too much space in between. So yeah, the first round on the East is going to definitely be whack. Like it was nice that the Magic won Game 1, but we know once they made their adjustments that the Bucks was going to run through that shit. Like it's like, all right, there's only so much you can do with fucking DJ Augustine coming off the bench and Fournier still ain't really hitting. So they ain't
I keep forgetting Terrence Ross still in the league.
Nah, he been hooping out there. It's just the fact that he'll give you 31 game, and then he'll give you 8 the next. So.
I'm saying I was surprised he's still in the league. Like it just shocks me. But like I don't even know nobody on Orlando roster to be honest, except for Aaron Gordon at the time. So I wasn't really paying attention to Orlando.
Yeah, he's been injured too, so that kind of hurts.
Yeah, he was injured.
There's a lot of injuries they're going through right now. So
Isaac. They got somebody else.
Weston Duval.
They got a rookie that they have that's not playing too. That plays like power forward. So, I mean, but that's part of the game. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So, still overall entertaining. And like I said, I'm just glad they're playing every other day too, though. So it's helping to go by fast.
Yeah. Next thing up, they had the NBA draft lottery the other day. As a Knicks fan, as expected, got fucking 8.
Y'all got the 8th pick again.
We dropped to 8. from we were supposed to be, we had the sixth highest chance, we dropped to eighth. And actually, it might be a blessing in disguise. There's less pressure. Because, we've been in the top five. No, I'm saying we've been in the top five, and I feel like we screwed them up still in the past.
Okay.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I get it, but yeah, because unfortunately, this is not a strong draft as is anyway. So, just you hoping to get a diamond in the rough type situation here. So this still ain't looking good, and we know the history of the number 8 pick in NBA history. It hasn't been very good.
I think we traded. I think that's what's going to happen because we got multiple picks going forward. I kind of feel you trade out of it, trade back or something.
Yeah, I think after the top 5, it ain't good.
Shit, maybe top 3. And it really ain't that good up high. Like, Wiseman is nice as a big man, but in today's game, like, if he can't shoot, then
that's what fellas were saying too. He got to hit that outside shot.
So
he can't hit that.
And he's not really a good defender yet. So you got to see how.
You don't think so?
In NBA standards, he got to move his feet because he's gonna be out in space more. Versus in college, you can play zone in college. Versus in NBA, you got to show in that pick and roll. You got to at least hold it down a little bit more. So then your boy Anthony Edwards, he needs to be a better shooter. He can't really shoot it right now.
Yeah, I wasn't too big on him.
Me neither.
From what I saw.
Right.
Nah.
I don't see what's the big deal about him neither. So he got to be in the right system. Because I can see him to develop to be anything.
Yeah, one of my players played against him in high school. Shout out to Trey. But he, even with that particular team, because I saw him play in person, he had talent around him, so that made it better for him to kind of be the pseudo point guard. But he's going to end up going to a bad team, so it's not going to be a situation where it's going to be easy. He got to learn how to shoot, otherwise they're just going to cut off the paint on him. But he's big and physical, but he gotta fine tune that.
But I like Obi Toppin. I saw Dayton play a lot this year.
Yeah.
He's legit.
He might be the type of player that the Warriors need. So
yeah,
I know the Warriors have the number 2 pick. The Timberwolves have number 1. So for the Warriors, they can go off a need. So they may grab him there.
They're not going to even do anything with that pick. They automatically trade.
If they're smart, they drop back further in the top 10, and they could probably still get Toppin. Like maybe, drop down to 6 or 7 or something like that and get something back. But like I still think teams going to reach for LaMelo and Wiseman and Edwards.
Well, I'm not big on LaMelo either.
I don't
understand why.
He gonna be better than his brother. I can tell you that.
Yeah, I think he'll be better than Lonzo, but I don't think he's played against enough competition that makes me think that he's gonna do something in the NBA.
Right. I think at least he got a better jumper than his brother, so at least his jumper can go down.
Yeah.
So he'll be okay just off the strength of him just being able to shoot. He'll be okay. But like I said, this is just a weak draft. This is nothing special. Everybody will.
It's not big talent. It's going to be more role players in this draft.
Right. Because everybody's more focused on next year's draft, really, where they feel like that's where all the talent really is next year. So if more people positioning themselves for next year than this year.
Back.
Right. So this is everybody just, so this, like, there ain't no rush. It's more about everybody going to be, when the offseason happens, there's going to be more trades about everybody just doing what they need to just make their teams a little better overall. But like I said, at this time, that's what we see. But, and we all get those diamond in the rough that pop up in the NBA as always. But we'll have to wait and see.
And those that do well in the workouts, too. They might boost their stock. And the European people, too.
Well, what would you say, like kind of moving forward for the NBA draft? I mean, there's not necessarily going to be a solid number 1 player like they used to have before. Probably like the next 5-10 years.
Nah, they got one coming in 2 years. Old boy in Chicago, Mobley. What's his name?
Oh, okay.
Yup. Yeah.
That's the only one that's on the radar coming up soon. He's like a junior in high school this year. He's like 6'10", handle like Durant type, tall, handles, can shoot.
What about the Jalen kid that went into the league, that's going into the G League for next year for 21?
He's athletic. I haven't seen enough film on him to see what his skill set is. I gotta see when he starts
Yeah, his
playing.
skill sets look on point, but I can see him becoming a star for sure because the skill set.
He has a good foundation. Yeah.
Right. So I see something in him off the rip. So, and that's another thing that's freaking out college too, is all these kids going to the G League now, which is I'm proud of them because don't waste your energy going to damn universities.
But I think another thing we need to consider too, and you may correct me on this. When's like the kid you say going to G League? He's West Coast. When's the last West Coast, All-Star player?
I mean, it's a few.
Yeah.
It's a lot of them from LA. You got Paul George. All these are cats from LA.
Yeah. Paul
George,
Kawhi.
Harden, Russell, Westbrook, Kawhi.
But we didn't know of them. I mean, they became
into players. Yeah.
They grew in, but that premier superstar that's supposed to be like, oh, this is this guy
from college
coming out college on.
That's hard now in basketball, period. Like, you really don't – there haven't been too many just clear-cut guys that off the rip you saw them and you just knew they going to the league. Like, honestly, like, I feel like –
LeBron might have been the last.
Durant, me too. I
feel but West Coast, though.
Well, West Coast?
Yeah.
West Coast has really never been known for that, though, like, talking about it.
Right.
That's a good point.
They have solid players, but you just never.
But it's been like you said, people that's developed into.
Because Paul George from he was at USC, didn't know about him. Kawhi at San Diego State, never heard of. John Harden, Arizona State, never knew about him. It's like, and then all of a sudden they're superstars in the NBA. But none that premier player coming out the West Coast, coming from a West Coast college, playing in a West Coast high school,
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Nah,
Yeah.
I can't. I mean, shit. Unfortunately, the only person I can think of right now is Jason Kidd.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was like kind of a urban legend.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And
Like, it was like, is he really that good? Then when he got to the McDonald's All-American game, it was like, oh shit.
Right.
I first saw him when they took out Duke in a tournament.
I knew his cousin at Abe. And then he kept talking about his cousin. Like, yeah, my cousin is Jason Kidd. I'm like, man, whoever, man. We ain't trying. Yeah, whatever, man. You high yellow, he high yellow. Nah, that nigga ain't gonna be nothing. Ain't trying to
it's St. All guy, man.
Okay.
But then all of a sudden, like you said, I saw him that first Cal guy. I was like, oh, okay, if this is his cousin, all right, this cat legit. But yeah, that's the only person I can think of is Jason Kidd right now. That was obviously clear cut. You knew was gonna be a star from the West Coast.
Right.
I'm really thinking hard here too, man.
Yeah, I mean, another one, Gary Payton at Oregon State. You didn't know.
At the same time,
Washington State, you didn't know.
Yeah, Damian Lillard. Like you said, a lot of these cats we didn't, like you said, never heard of until they get to the league, and now.
But the other part about them going to smaller schools is because they came out in a good class. So if you want to play, you can't go and you play the same position. You can't go. So I think somebody said that when Rod Strickland came out, there was another guard on somebody's podcast, and they were like, I couldn't go there. Oh, Tim Hardaway was like, well, DePaul already had, Rod Strickland. I can't go there. He ended up going to what?
Texas.
Yeah, like he had to find somewhere where he had to go play. So you can't really bank it on the college they go to too, because there's only so many people that are gonna play the same position.
Right. And hey, you clown for this one. Jeremy Lin, Mr. Basketball in California. Nobody.
Oh shit!
Damn. All right, well, shit, say no more, man. God,
He went to Harvard.
Yeah,
Nobody knew him.
he was Mr. Basketball, but that's also political too, because Paul Pierce wasn't Mr. Basketball, and he was, one of the best coming out in those high school classes.
Okay, then that's unfortunately, yeah, bitch ass there. Yeah, he's younger than kids, so I guess he might have been the next one that was kind of already recognized because he went to Kansas and he was in All-American game, so his name was kind of out there.
I don't even remember him in Kansas. That's the problem.
I do. He was
I
balling.
do.
He was balling.
Yeah, he was doing his thing.
In high school, he was in a dunk competition against Vince Carter, which he got annihilated in. But.
Right, of course. But yeah, so it was. I said so. Technically, so it is probably Paul Pierce was the last high school All-American / went to camp, went to a big school, all of that, and then still did his thing in the league. So I guess that's as close you're gonna get. Yes, it was Paul Pierce.
Yeah, we might have to go back. We might have to put that on the blog.
We might have to go back and look on this one. We might be missing somebody, but I'm not. I can't think of nobody.
Yeah.
So
we're gonna take a quick break. We'll be back with switch over to the NFL and go over those topics. So we'll be back in a couple seconds.
Peace.
all right.
Dimpo. Bitch.
Right, next up, jumping into the NFL. A few things going on. First thing first, Earl Thomas apparently had a fight, I guess at practice or in camp, and he has been released. I'm pretty sure they officially released him about a couple hours ago.
He's officially released.
Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah.
So, Raheem Goodell, what the hell is going on? Like, how bad the fight got to be? Like, he had to been whipping somebody's ass.
Yeah, I was
because people fight in camp all the time.
Yeah, but my thing is, it gets to the point where they'll look at a situation where if you fight, if the fight can't necessarily be squashed, or technically it had to be more physical than what it was. So it was a long time. Like they fought for at least about good 5-10 minutes, or whatever the case may be. But if that kind of lets you know exactly how they felt about him too, right? So if he was already an issue, and he gets into one squandrel at whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? Due to, the high intensity of training camp and stuff like that, they were looking to let him go anyway.
Yeah, and remember he almost lost his life earlier this year too by the wifey. So it was already tired.
Oh yeah.
Remember now, he's already been doing too much already in these streets.
Oh yeah, I forgot him and his brother was the Smash Brothers.
Super Smash Brothers.
But also when I read that he got released, it made me look back at that. Who was the player that did just hate John Harbaugh? Bernard, defensive back, Bernard Pollock.
Yeah.
It was just did not like the man. He's like, if you are a leader in that locker room, but you're not as good as you're supposed to be, he gonna get rid of you. That's how he got rid of Ed Reed. He let Bernard Pollock go, and just looking for a reason. I don't need that kind of guy in my locker room. I think that played in it too. If you threaten his leadership, he's gonna let you go. So, like you said, just the one fight, and he gone.
Yeah, because they fight in camp all the time.
All the time.
I didn't get that.
Right.
Like to me, it had to been something like he was bashing somebody's head in with a helmet.
Right.
Yeah, but like you said, he probably been doing other things behind the scenes that we haven't seen.
Yeah, I saw one over. Yeah, he was late for meetings and stuff. Come on. Right.
He was trying to. It's like this. Remember, they gave him a lot of his money up front.
Mm-hmm.
So since he got his money up front, it seems like he was trying to be slick and not just get up out of there.
So who gonna pick him up?
They got their Cowboys in the running.
Well, yeah, exactly. So
he's not gonna be that stupid though. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'll say he's not gonna end up. He is that stupid. Remember, he left a purple light on for his wife to come shoot him.
He's stupid.
he played those games with a chick from New Orleans, so
Exactly.
his intelligence is not that high.
Yeah, he is not that bright.
Every time I look at the Snapchat, man, I think of him.
Make sure location is off.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, either way it goes, he's gonna definitely get another opportunity. And somebody gonna come up on a good player, regardless.
Tampa
Gotta
Bay.
be a strong locker room. Gotta be a strong locker room.
Tampa Bay.
I don't know.
No, I don't think so. I think Tampa already full enough.
Yeah. And that defense is supposed to be better this year. I think they're saying they're going to be a next step. And throwing him in the mix, I don't think that's going to work for Arians. Same reason why he didn't bring in AB.
Well, how about this? Surprise, surprise. He either go to the Bengals or Steelers.
Well, he going to a contender. He gonna try to go to a contending team. He ain't
He's definitely not
going
going to the Bengals unless they just give him crazy money.
Patriots.
Right. Remember,
Patriots got didn't one of their safeties sit out?
Yeah,
this year?
sat out. Yeah, he's sitting out. So that's a possibility.
That's
There we go. That's it. There go a little entanglement right there.
Yeah, that's a possibility too.
So yeah, I mean, he's definitely gonna make wherever he goes, he's gonna make an impact. Maybe San Francisco.
Nah.
San Francisco ain't gonna deal with that shit. Nah.
Nah.
Him and Richard Sherman back together?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah.
Well, I guess we shall see. I only see, for some reason, I only see the Cowboys at the end of the day because he's just been so determined to get back into Texas anyway. So
yeah, especially since they were trying to get Jamal Adams. They're trying to get him too. So
right.
They definitely have a hole to plug.
He can always go to the Texans.
We just said he wanted to go to a contender.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
The Texans are a playoff team?
No.
We said a contender.
Not anymore.
Not without Hop. Who are they going to throw to? Unless Earl Thomas playing offense.
They're going to throw to these nuts. Des.
Yeah.
So he got a couple options.
Yeah, I'm waiting for Deshaun. I'm already waiting for Deshaun Watson to ask for a trade anyway. After this season.
Don't your Raiders got a bunch of draft picks? Did y'all got some picks for somebody? No, y'all gave up picks.
Yeah, we gave up picks, nigga. I'm about to say nah. But I mean, we fine now though. But I'm cool with Mariota. I want to get Mariota a shot, and it's cheaper. And we ain't trying to let you. You see how with we ain't trying to back up the truck that goddamn much. I mean, I would love that stuff, but that's a hell of a backup of a truck.
Yeah, that's a definite high end commitment.
Yeah, he gonna touch 3. If Mahomes got 5, and Lamar about to get around 4, so you gotta think about this. Y'all gonna be in that 3 range. So now, I don't want them problems right now.
Are we actually going to see a new trend of young aspiring quarterbacks getting these long-term deals, 10 years now?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
because you want to lock that in. You want to lock that in at a lower rate instead of waiting until later on in his contract where the demand could be higher.
like that
with the Rams, like the Rams did with Goff.
But
at the same time, I let you know, like, I'm going to have this guy for X number of years so you can build around that. And it actually works better for the coaches, too. So the coaches can be more stable, too.
What I would say the Patrick Mahomes deal only works because of Andy Reid. And that's it's kind of like the Sean Payton. Yeah, it's like a marriage, like the Sean Payton and Breeze type situation, Andy Reid and them type situation. I mean, even who was it? Russell Wilson deal was how many years? Like 6 years?
Something like that.
Yeah. So so like, so it's kind of like one of those situations I'm starting to see, like, I wouldn't take that long of a contract personally, but
Well, I know Deshaun said he's not taking that long of a contract with the Texans off the rip. He said I think he's already kind of made it known he ain't doing no more than three,
Right.
Maybe
with
4.
the
But they're like,
Texans.
yeah, exactly. But he's already made it clear he's not taking that long term.
I think the Mahomes deal also works too because you have Eric Bieniemy that's with him too.
I was
I
just about to
think.
say that too.
How long he's gonna stay there though?
I think Andy Reid might play, coach the rest of this contract and hand it over to
Hand
him.
it off.
Yeah, hand it off.
That'd be a smart move.
Because
I can see that too. That's what I was seeing also.
Yeah, because Bieniemy, the uproar we had about minority coach not being hired, he wasn't even sweating. He wasn't even frustrated. Because I think, hey,
he knows he's next in line.
Yeah.
Right. He said, why not? Why would I leave this situation? I got this damn quarterback here. I wish I would go some old sorry ass quarterback elsewhere when I could take over here.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good point.
So that makes all the sense for him to do that. Stay put.
Yeah.
Because you didn't hear him complain 1 second.
No,
he
got
got a
ring.
ring. He got a ring, and as not being a coordinator, and they'll probably bump up his salary as a coordinator too on top of that. So he's like, shoot, why I'm leaving?
Yeah.
And Andy Reid has been loyal to him since he's been out of the league. So he's kept him with a job this whole entire time. So he's been grooming him.
Yeah, Andy Reid handed off the play calling to him, and
that's a big
that's a big deal.
Man, that is a big deal there, yeah. So yeah, damn, I didn't even realize that.
Yeah.
Okay, well shit. Yeah, he ain't going nowhere. I wish I would. I wouldn't leave. Nah, I feel some kind of way now, man. They leaving. Somebody pick another, they pick another coach over me. You get that Johnny Depp look from deep, nigga. Like, what? You did that to me? So, good call. You'll stay put.
Next up, we got some sad news. Unfortunately, with the Washington football team, Ron Rivera has been diagnosed with cancer. Kind of to add on to the other bad news the teams have been dealing with.
It's curable. It's curable.
But still, just the fact that he already was dealing with the stress of dealing with the team and all his issues that had nothing to do with him.
Right. This shows you Snyder gotta go, nigga. That nigga's a walking cancer for real, for real. God damn, this dude is fucking horrible. This dude is like, hey man. Well, Batman, you know the feeling of this having Dolan. So shit, this is a horrible shit ass
thing. You feel helpless, man.
Yeah, dude. Like you just can't get right, dude. Like it's just the Washington the Washington football team just can't get right, dude. And man, what is the Alex Smith shouldn't even be? I wouldn't get on the field near them people.
For real. So that's another thing. Like Alex Smith is remarkable that he's recovered. You can see him do physical activities. I wouldn't put on a uniform for them. After that information came out that the running back got put in the game because they was beefing. The other running back was beefing with the coach and shit like that. Like
they would sleep with the same chick. They weren't beefing. Coach was mad because one of his players was stroking the chick his age, and coach got in his feelings on the side chick.
So, I don't know, man.
How is this humanly possible? How is this possible in this day and age that coaches being this petty and putting other players in danger in here?
Hey, let's be realistic. I
think that's definitely happened before. I don't think this is the first time.
Oh, that's definitely not the first time, no doubt. But it's crazy that this happening.
Let's quote the famous song, "I Left Home to Be My Side Chick."
Man, I definitely think that, especially with a younger coach, there's definitely swords crossing with the groupies.
Well, you know what? Like Sean McVay, I could see this more. Jay Gruden, really?
Oh. And really? Have you seen Sean McVay's piece there? Hard Knocks? Wow.
Yeah. Oh, your boy, what's the coach Kingsbury? Well, that's the one out in Arizona.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah. Yeah,
He like our
I
age.
can see these two coaches right here get crossed up with they players and chicks out here in these streets. I can see that. But Jay Gruden,
Hey
really?
man, money talks.
Yeah.
This is facts too, though. But damn.
He's the head coach of the team there.
Mm-hmm. So, Washington also, I think they made I don't even know the word to use, a slick move, hiring a black guy, being in charge of the president of the team or whatever.
PR move. It's a
PR
PR
move.
move.
You know,
PR move to the fullest.
you know, he may be black, but I think also he still is in their favor, possibly. So I think smooth PR move, I don't think it's going to help him.
Well, yeah, this is true. We'll see. Well, this might help because like this, he's not one of Snyder's boys. So now that, the other shareholders have, got on him in the bigger picture, this could be in their favor now. He might shake up some things.
Well, at the same time, he may not be his boy now, but when he get that first fat ass check, that may sway him.
That's true.
So I mean, so it still be determined. So I don't know.
Right, yeah. We shall see.
It may just look good on paper.
Right. Well, he has the qualifications at least, so at least his papers it look good on paper. So he knows what he's doing. And he's a former player too, so at least he has an idea of what's going on out here compared to some of these other guys as presidents and GMs that you could clearly see they don't know what the hell they're doing out here. So we shall see how this goes.
Mm-hmm. Do y'all think the season going to happen?
Yeah.
Not all the way through.
I don't think it's going to happen all the way. I think it's going to be some type of stoppage. I don't think we're going to play 17 games, put it like that. I feel like we're going to play, maybe we'll have like 3 or 4 weeks, and then it might be a stoppage. I'm looking at 12 games, I say.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, because they're going to go through the same situations like baseball. It's just
because you got to think about it. So, like,
bubble.
if a team has a breakout, say week 2,
okay,
you can't let them play week 3. You might have to sit them out for a week or 2. So that's that crop of teams missing games. And that's another thing. Like, how do you balance it out? Like, if teams have breakouts, like,
right,
you can't really have like one set of teams playing 12 games, another set of teams playing 15, whatever. It's going to come to a point, I think, if there's multiple breakouts, that they're going to shut down the whole league for like a week or 2, quarantine them, and then bring them back. And then those games might be thrown out or replayed later.
Yeah, but they still be traveling. They got to go through the different hotels and all of that. It's just not gonna. I don't just see how this is gonna work well for them. Where like how they say how baseball and soccer has got it. They just do the bubble. Everybody just in that one area, locked down, and they just and they just keep it close knit like that. But these guys are still going home. They're gonna be going.
Yep.
They just out and about still. This is not gonna. I don't see this is not gonna turn out well.
It's gonna happen. That's too much. That's one thing that we can ask. Like, let's see, for example, look at the NBA bubble, right? The reason why the NBA bubble was so successful is because literally people are still paying virtually to be fans and in other means or whatever to kind of engage with the game. I would say the same thing at a grander scale is going to happen with football, where, like, say, for example, if a player gets COVID-19, right? It's like this. They're testing like crazy, like daily. They're daily. And they're getting results. They're getting results by the end of the day. And don't get me wrong, like, I would say even with that being said, if a player tests negative, like, say, for example, if I was a player and I got in contact with COVID, right? And I'm literally like saying, hey, I'm testing like every day to see if I got this right. And in 7 days, I still show up negative. They're gonna throw me right back in there, especially if I'm a starter. So it's not gonna be none of these things where it's gonna be like, well, you caught COVID, you go quarantine for 7 days, and you don't get paid for the game. They're gonna be like, hey, look, if we need you to play, you testing every day and you showing up negative, then you're gonna jump in there.
Yeah.
And don't forget the other fact too is that say you don't make the team, and from what I'm seeing on Hard Knocks, hey, stay in shape, stay ready. Something might happen. We might call you back up. So that's why I don't
kind of like baseball.
Yeah, well, like with baseball.
So with that said, I know the NFL technically used to have a farm system. Do you think they need to like kind of implement something like that? Like you can.
That's what they look like they're doing.
Like expanding the practice squad, basically. Like expanding the number of people you can have in your practice squad. That way, if somebody tests positive, you can call. You have the first rights to call them up.
Nah, they don't want them in the facility because you know why? Because that's gonna still make them maybe be around the people that they can get it too. They're rather for them to not to be nowhere near the facility. But that's why I told them, like Andy was just saying, stay in shape and just be ready. So if we do call you, at least you wasn't in the facility, so we can bring you in, get tested, you straight. Now come play.
Yeah,
that's why I'm saying this. I don't see this going to finish the whole season just off the strength of doing some craziness like that. And injury is going to be extremely high.
No preseason.
Yeah,
like we were talking about with basketball.
As much.
Yeah, seeing who really loves it, like who's really going hard,
and looking at the NBA and baseball and everything, I think something that the NFL could probably benefit from is having more games. If you have more, like hockey is more violent than football, in my opinion, and they play 82. So if you put more football games, if you do something like maybe 40-something football games, you ain't going hard every game.
Yeah,
like that. You ain't putting yourself out there. Hey, I gotta be ready toward the end of the season. For this playoffs, and you can have more of a practice squad, like you said. You have that relief, and I think this is something that they could benefit from this year. Some pandemic like this.
Well, like this, if the players knew there was going to be more players on the squad, they might be more open-minded to playing more games. But if they know it's only going to still be that same 53 roster, nah, they ain't trying to do that longer season because it's just them. They the ones going to still be out there just going through that same physical contact all game. So, and I know hockey is violent, but they only got like certain players ain't getting tagged as much as other players are getting tagged too, though, where NFL, everybody getting it. Ain't nobody sick. So that's the catch, though. There's, you have your enforcers that going out there going to take out, the main scorer. He just out there just going to knock it, clean the hell out, and keep it moving.
And that was one of the reasons why I gave up playing football when I was younger, because, you practice against your own team, but you're not going as hard because you want your teammates to still be ready for the game. And then when you go for the game, you tearing everybody's head off.
Well, yeah.
So it was like, if I got to tear other people's head off more often.
Yeah. So, at the end of the day, money talks.
Oh, I would say any NFL team is going to be tailgating is the one thing that's going to bring all the money. People are going to pay just to be in the area. And don't get me wrong, I think some stadiums are going to have fans, some stadiums not going to have fans. That's cool. But nobody ever talk about no fan that will be in the area. If you notice that, like everybody's kind of talking about stadium and inside the stadium because nobody wants to deal with that lawsuit of somebody possibly getting COVID and, or let's say sign their rights off when they buy their tickets and stuff like that, right? But I don't care. Don't be surprised when you start seeing games where people literally are parked outside, barbecuing, having a great ass time outside, and they like, hey, I just want to be there in the building. I just want to be close to the building. And I think that's where the real money, people are going to pay $75 to go sit in the parking lot and watch a game.
Well, that's like you said. Now that's gonna be based off of each state and whatever they doggone lockdown rules are and everything too. So you still may not be able to do. Technically, we ain't supposed to have no crowds larger than 10 still technically around the country. So that tailgating is still gonna be kind of iffy to be pulling that off. But I know what you're saying and stuff. But it's gonna be interesting to see how they're gonna pull that off. I know NFL gonna they're gonna nickel and dime. They're gonna try to find any way to get a nickel and a dime for sure.
Oh, NFL Network, it's already laid out to where they're gonna make you pay premium for games.
See,
I can see that right now. It's like, hey, look, if it's like Patrick Mahomes versus, you know what I'm saying? Like, think about a big game. You know what I'm saying? They can literally say, hey, for our Thursday night games, we can go ahead and schedule like these premium games, and then make people charge for them on NFL Network.
Yeah, but you know what? Honestly, I don't really give a rat's ass about football. I'm gonna be perfectly fine without the shit. Me, I don't know for some reason, I ain't that serious to me.
Because you're a Raiders fan.
That might have something to do with it, buddy.
That may be like I don't like it.
If the Raiders are winning, you're definitely more amped up about the season.
I think I'm so numb now because they haven't won it so long. I don't care no more. Like I'm just like whatever.
Y'all have winning seasons, man. It's called 9 and what? 9 and 7 or
shit. Not even that. Like that's why I said
that's still a winning season, man. It's still a winning season.
I don't care. We ain't going to the bowl. I don't give a damn, man. Fuck it. It just is what it is.
Hey, man. I have faith in Derek Carr, bro.
I don't. So I don't care.
Derek Carr, fantasy football wise, he is still pretty nice. He ain't the most.
Well,
ain't no let fantasy football fool you into being a talent.
But I mean, my thing is, you throwing yards. You know what I'm saying? Like
man, that's fake ass.
You can throw yards all you want.
I'm done. I don't talk about no goddamn Raiders. I don't hear that shit.
Hey, we have Sierra. We have Sierra as one of the best quarterbacks in fantasy football.
I don't care. I don't give a rat's ass about no football.
I'm just saying I know.
The tide has been changed.
I've been there before, man. When Jim Moore quit the Saints, I gave up the Saints for almost 10 years.
No, that was the best. That was the best time when he quit.
But they didn't do nothing for 10 years.
Hey, I was A-okay with that.
I was done with the Saints when they lost that playoff game to the Vikings.
Hello, time out. When this was?
88, 89. After that, I was done.
Hey, so time out. So you was a Saints fan at some point?
I mean, it was the only thing on TV was the Saints and the Oilers. So that's why I ended up being an Oilers fan. But yeah, everybody in my family played football. So
I just became
a Raider fan.
Yeah. After that time, it was done for me. I like how you don't show up for the playoff game. I knew it. What was it? 87, right?
Yeah, 87.
So at 7 years old, I already knew that you're supposed to show up big time in the big time games. And I was highly disappointed. I was done from that point.
I think my disgust. I want to say I didn't necessarily drop off, but I just was like, good time to pick up another team. You know what I mean? It was we used to play the 49ers, and it would be like 52 to 10. And I used to that's why I hate the 49ers. Personally, because of how bad they beat the Saints in their division. Mm-hmm. I used to be like, God damn. Like,
that might have been the best thing ever when they realigned the divisions and got the damn 49ers out of there. That was man.
It was like 52-10. Shit, it was.
But this is how bad when the Saints lost that in 87, I didn't understand how playoffs work. I was like, that's all right. We'll get them next week. No. It's over.
It's over.
At that point, I played enough Tecmo Bowl to know. Yeah, that was man. I was highly upset.
So, Jim Moore quit. Oh, look, the Yankees in the World Series. Let's see what it's all about.
Yeah, attention changed real quick.
4 championships. This is winning. I like it.
Hey, that's why I had my Hurricanes for that good run through the 90s. So I was straight. So now they both suck. So I don't give a damn about no football.
All right. So this is another. This is a question I have for everybody. So since we've been doing the podcast, we're pretty much coming up on the year. Kind of feel like I don't remember.
Yeah, a little over a year. Yeah.
So like, since we in this area now, how do y'all feel about sports talking heads versus athletes? Like in the past, before social media and such, people can say whatever they want about a player, ain't got no repercussions. But now, if you say something foul, they can kind of get at you real quick between social media or in person. Do y'all feel bad for the media, or you feel like it's been a long time coming?
It's been a
Long time coming.
Long time coming.
Long time coming.
Because there's been a lot of narratives written about players that's been based off of emotions instead of facts, and a lot of people's careers have been fucked up.
He's fucked up, out of the Hall of Fame, all kind of stuff, just off the strength of what a writer want to say or feel about them because they didn't want to give them an interview or anything like that. Or if they didn't like them and they found some dirt on them, they made sure to just air them out on it ASAP.
Right.
And stuff like that. So now.
Like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's not included in any GOAT conversation because he wasn't nice. Because he wasn't nice.
Well, when he played too, though, think about this too. When they changed the NBA logo, part of it was because of his actions that he was taking and stuff like that. Like it was like during Kareem's prime that you chose Jerry West, which didn't win a title at that particular time or whatever. So that goes along, like you said, it goes a long way as far as somebody's career and legacy. Like it should be, like to me, Kareem's my GOAT. Like I know people say Jordan, but to me, Kareem is, every level.
He's one on every level.
Yeah, because I like that, some of, the true basketball heads like, look, when they had that tournament of greatest college basketball player and Jordan won, it was like, Kareem only lost 2 games in college.
Yep.
2.
Yeah, 2.
And he sat out his, he had to sit out his freshman year because back then the freshmen didn't play. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So he really probably would have, had more, additional 20 wins or so.
Yeah.
Still 2. No, it's still the bottom line 2.
2 in 4 years.
Yeah. So I don't know. I just kind of laugh at that sometimes. I know we've been doing the podcast, and I know we have our bitch assness list, and we talk about Dolan and all that. But at the same time, I don't feel like we personally attacking people like I see people in the media do in the past. So.
Oh yeah. Well, bitch assness is personal, but I mean, it's all because it's facts though. It ain't like we're reaching here. We only speak on what we really see, but then we just we've seen writers make up stuff on players and go out the way to discredit them. But that's why Barry Bonds was Barry Bonds, because he hated the way they treated his dad.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's why he even took the steroids, just so he could just shit on the record. He just did the shit out of spite. He already knew he was great, but he just said, I'm just going to take this shit to a whole nother level and just piss y'all off even more.
But the recent one you're bringing up with Skip Bayless and Dame Lillard, like, what you talking about? What has he done? Like, what you mean? What he done?
Right, been in the playoffs every year except his rookie year.
Right.
He hit clutch shots. He missed some clutch shots, but he's been a focal point, and he's doing that in the West.
In the West, and he wants to stay in the one. He wants to stay with one team. He doesn't even want to do a super team and nothing like that. You want to credit a guy that don't even want to do that. He had opportunity to do that, they said, but he didn't take it.
He want to build.
Right. So, he wants to build it himself. 1
second here. Let's take a quick break. We'll be back to kind of further go on this as far as the media and the players. But like I said, it's going to be an ongoing thing between the media and the athletes. But we'll be back in a quick second. So to pick up where we left off, so the Tone Love, you was kind of going to that Jamel Hill versus Skip. So like even with media versus athletes, it's media versus media that goes on as well. With some cases gonna be laughable, but I'm not surprised Skip took the actions that he did with Jamel.
Yeah, ego thing to the fullest. More ego, and then her being a woman, and then being a black woman on top of that.
Yeah.
I think that was the bigger thing.
That was the bigger thing on top of that too. It's stuff, and Skip is kind of very egotistical. So yeah, it was not very shocking at all. And he feel like he's put a lot of black folks on, so he feel like you should automatically give him loyalty off the rip and never question nothing that he does. But he says that a black woman is still a different animal, and he learned the hard way.
Yeah. Well, shit, even with Jalen Rose, when Jalen Rose kind of attacked his ass and kind of shut him down when he used to be on cold pizza and shit. So
yeah.
Well, I was like this. The mentality is still the slave master versus, I'm saying, like, he feel like he put a whole lot of black people on, right? Which is cool. But my thing is, in his case or whatever, if you still feel like you control everybody that you put on, it's no different than you being a slave master, you know what I mean? Because it's like, well, I freed you, but you still work for me, you know what I mean? And it's kind of like, it's kind of like this situation where it's like, is Skip really doing this as a genuine person, engaging in the black community? Because, of course, right now, currently you got one of the most prominent shows out there, you know what I'm saying, with, Shannon Sharp. But at the same time, whatever, it's kind of like a situation of, like, let's be realistic, you know what I'm saying? Like him and old boy,
Stephen A.
Stephen A. I thought I purposely believed that there was more to that story than them just splitting. You know what I mean?
Well, whatever more the ESPN was being mad cheap at the time, and they wouldn't pay nobody, and Fox just backed up the truck.
Because Skip was one of the highest paid people at ESPN for a minute. He didn't want to boost him to the market.
Still didn't want to. They didn't even want to make his contract no bigger than what it already was, and then Fox just really backed up that truck.
And
jumped on that.
And this was around the time too where they were really starting to fire a lot of people at that time.
Right.
And
they're doing that major layoff when they was cutting people left and right. That is true too.
Yeah.
Some people were reckless. The guy from Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, there's a lot of people getting caught up in stuff. So, I mean, you got to make that, that happens. You got to, especially when you change leadership, the old people got to go.
But I think a lot of these writers, I never understood why they have so much of the power that they do have. Like, I don't understand why they vote on Hall of Fame. You're doing the same thing I'll do. You're watching the game. You can't analyze the defense. You don't know how. There's no player you're studying for. I mean, why do they get the vote for who goes in, whose career is better than who?
I thought only players and coaches should have did that. That's already in the Hall of Fame.
I wouldn't go with players. I would go with people who vote should be GM, scouts, and coaches.
Side chicks.
And they're the ones who know the player best.
Yeah. I think if you do people in the Hall of Fame, I think you kind of run into what we said with politics. You have that whole guard that doesn't recognize. Like, think about it. If you got a Hall of Fame running back from back in the day, he's going to probably be bitter towards the pass happy offenses as far as quarterbacks and receivers.
Yeah.
Or see a running back that doesn't put up 1,000 yards or so many carries. They may look at them awkwardly because it's just time difference.
Right. And then we let time go on, and we forget about who was great, like Harry Carmichael for the Philadelphia Eagles. He's finally getting in.
Right.
And he was top 5 when he stopped playing, and now he's like ranked 8th and 9th in catches and yards. So
I think that's another thing that goes on, overseen is that where that person was. This is for all sports. Where they was when they retired.
Right.
or when it was in their prime.
The most. Right. That's supposed to what matter the most. And
No.
if they have enough people in that same, at that time when they retired, they still have so many players that went in too. Since that man should have been in there too, way longer than what it took him to get in.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I like that though, as far as the voting, like, because with the media, you got somebody in the media, even though they may cover it, may not play the sport or may not understand the sport as well as others, whether they play it or not. But it should be a mixture of media, kind of like they do with basketball all-star votes. Should be part media, part coaches, part players, and just weigh it differently between them. But it shouldn't just be on media, like we said earlier, as far as, I don't want to vote this guy in because he didn't give me an interview or I didn't like it. He was a little too good for me.
His political stance or
that too.
All of that, whatever they use something that you just didn't like about them, is now you don't want to let them be in because you didn't like them.
Like the one that I always still laugh at with your Raiders, there's that one reporter who was like, as long as I'm alive, Ken Stabler's never going to get in the Hall of Fame. Like, the fuck?
Yeah.
It's
personal. Personal.
Ken never gave him no interviews and probably call him a bitch ass all the time or something. And it just hurt his feelings. And he's like, I ain't never voted for him because the way he talked to me and treated me. Well, if you run that saying negative shit about him all day, why he don't be nice to you?
Right. Like is Jim Rome going to vote for Jim Everett? You know what I'm saying? Like,
nah, Chris Everett.
Chris, yeah.
Yeah. You ain't getting me thrown out my chair. Only Chris again.
Did that shit, I'm like, about damn time. Somebody got shook up in this bad boy. That would change.
Screaming like a bitch.
Right.
That changed TV.
That changed TV, and that would start getting some of these reporters' minds right a little bit. Like, oh,
can't do stuff live. Yeah.
Yeah, and this is a white boy that put his hands on another white boy. See, white on white crime, they don't want to they don't want to speak on that one. But like, you'd have thought it'd have been a black person would have slapped the shit out of a reporter first, but no. It took a whole white one to go on and throw that table out the way, boy. He saw his life flash before his eyes.
Don't call me that again. What you said?
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of
tables and chairs flying everywhere.
Speaking of, what is Jim Rome doing these days? Is he still in the business?
Yes.
He got. I think isn't he on NBC? The NBC, the Peacock. Was that him? No, I'm thinking about No, I'm thinking about somebody else.
Oh, he said Peacock.
Yeah,
on Peacock
now they actually call it.
I think he got a radio show.
But he's still on radio.
I know you're definitely on YouTube still, independently. So
that's what I said. I think he's more independently now than he is.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think we would a major network anymore.
I just never been a fan.
Because he used to be with CBS, and then that was the last thing he was on.
Remember, I'm at with CBS.
Yeah.
Well.
But also they changed. The face of this changed also was when they started letting more athletes become, analysts and stuff also. And then they was like now had to be more, the reporters and now had to actually intertwine more with the players. And that actually started changing up how a lot of these writers had to switch up in reporters and everything. They had to move a little different. Because now these former players is now can look them dead in the face and call them out on a lot of stuff. Even behind the scenes that we don't even get to see.
Because here's what I wish some of these players was smart enough and do. You know how, like, when they refer to black players as thugs and all, that writer that called me a thug was like, from now on, I'm going to refer to you as a registered sex offender. Just put
a label on him.
Put that label on him. You still hanging around outside of kids' school? Still doing that?
See,
I
was so glad that was an athlete. Because I'd have got a private investigator and I'd have got some dirt on their asses. And that shit would have been ugly.
I'm a thug. What you call me? You registered sex offender, man. Ain't nobody fucking with me.
True.
We both going in.
Yeah, but they gonna come at you differently though.
I was about to say, who's gonna be treated differently behind bars?
Yeah, since I'm a thug, I bet I'm gonna get more respect than you.
Next question. Registered sex offender. How you been, bro?
I mean, a lot of players, you know, like I know Russell Westbrook had a long stint with a few guys in OKC. Like he wouldn't even answer their questions.
Yeah, I know.
Look at him.
Yeah, you say next.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so
Don't even feed into it.
Right. So that is true, but it is changing though, and they're getting their minds right. I'm just glad that bitch ass Jason Whitlock ain't got a job no more.
Somebody gonna hire him back.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, nigga, ain't nobody touching that whack ass. If the Fox was his last hope, he gotta do everything independent now.
Yeah.
And nobody was rocking with him. That dude was freaking. I was so disappointed in Marcellus Wiley working with him. I'm like, what? Marcellus, why are you working with this bitch ass nigga? This dude ain't shit.
I mean, but at the same time, you kind of. I don't think that's a match. Like when they match up, especially like ESPN, I don't think they match up well. Like for most shows, they don't match up talent well, like as far as background wise.
The only one I could see possibly giving them a shot is Bill Simmons.
I don't even see that either. Because Bill got people he cool with that don't like Whitlock. So I don't think he'll burn those bridges.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he can't say he wouldn't be able to say Whitlock, dude, because somebody gonna put some hands on him. Under that ain't he ain't strong enough to keep these other people from putting hands on him.
Mm-hmm.
So.
But.
So we're not gonna talk about the dude who lost his job because of a side chick?
Who? Was Seattle?
Yeah.
I don't know. That was his girl. Well, I don't know.
Nah.
Girl.
That bitch was basic. You lose your job over a basic bitch. Huh?
He a rookie. He was dumb.
Man, fuck that. Once you make the NFL, you put your hoes in check. Remember the NFL draft when old girl grabbed old boy phone? And
you snatched that right back real quick. Like, bitch, we on national TV.
That's called a professional. He's a professional. He was already and he from Lafayette. It was already in his DNA to snatch phones.
He shook his head and his mama shook his head
like mama already knew, like, oh yeah, she fucked up.
Yeah, you gone, bitch. That's all mama said. Mama said you gone. But nah, he was an undrafted rookie, dude. He was dumb and stupid. He had it coming. But Deion tried to defend and say, hey, I can't sit there and say I ain't done no stupid stuff in my lifetime. But this wasn't.
He actually thought it out.
He did try to. He tried. Yeah, he tried. And at least he tried some fourth effort. If she was in the Seahawks gear and stuff and everything. So like he tried.
But there's never been clarification too. Did we catch her sneaking in or sneaking out?
Or was she or was she to come through to get the train popping? That's why I look at it. It's like, you know,
he was the fall guy, and they made him the fall guy.
Yeah, bring a girl through. You know what I'm saying? Let's pound game right now. You know what I mean? And you know, you never know exactly how them rookie things are. You know what I mean? They say, hey, you know, this is your chance during this quarantine. I mean.
But who watching the cameras that hard though to like really notice that to like call somebody else? This was like the timing of it was bad. Like was this through like room check time?
And do you think it's a snitch?
Hey,
somebody snitch. That thing side job.
Well, let me bring in my hotel expertise in here. Sometimes when you brought up bed check, good call. When you do bring up bed check, you may hear something that don't sound right, but you don't have any evidence to back it up. So we do go to the tape to look it up to make sure. Okay, I thought I heard something, but let me check the tape to make sure. And sure enough, that's the only reason you check that tape because something didn't sit right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because something wasn't adding up. Like, how in the world? What made you go check videotape for her to see that she was being creeped in and out and everything? But like I said, we didn't know which did she get caught. She definitely got caught going in and out if they go back and look at the tape anyway. So you're gonna see that regardless. But the dumb thing was, did he walk out there with her and all of that? Now that'd have been the dumb part if you go out there walk her in and out, and she should have just went solo by herself. And that made him not look as obvious and bad.
Well,
You're looking bad.
I would say, is it worth losing your job over a foe?
Especially when you're a rookie. He was an undrafted rookie?
Right.
Yeah, undrafted rookie.
You don't risk it. You don't risk it.
Over a foe. Over a 4. I can see like a strong 9. But a foe.
Did they show
Did they show the picture?
Yeah. Show the picture.
She vanilla.
Pink toe.
Oh.
Like I would say, it'll be what's the school back at home where they very vanilla.
You talking about what's that private school?
Shit.
Something Cross.
Yeah, like they standing outside of Holy Cross, waiting for one of them to come through. You know what I mean? Or like I know Korean's too high class. You know what I mean? Dominican, yeah, nah. Like De La Salle, like the ones that barely get in.
Seton Hall back in the day.
Yeah. Like De La Salle barely getting in. That's what he snuck in there.
Gotcha. Well, hey. Well, like I said, we see this happen all the time. This ain't nothing new. But somebody had to be dumb. We knew people gonna do some dumb shit in this quarantine. Yeah. So it's right. So it is what it. Trust me, he ain't the only one, but it's just the fact he undrafted.
He got caught.
Yeah.
He got caught. So
like you said, he ain't got no weight.
No weight at all. And like you said, he shouldn't have been risking that. You at least wait till he was already on the team. Get a couple of checks in. But don't even risk that though. You missed out on your chance of being in the league.
To be realistic, whatever. Sierra was hating, man. You know, she wants. Sierra wants to be on.
Man,
you know,
Sierra knowledge and none of this shit. She's sitting great. She's like, I ain't want.
She above that.
Yeah, exactly. She ain't worried about these basic bitches.
Is she? Is she?
Yes, she is.
Russell chilling, man. We know Russell ain't about that life, man. Russell chilling.
No.
That's why he ain't worrying about it.
So since we are damn near 14 days before the season start, you want to go around the divisions and pick a team who you think is going to be number 1?
Yeah.
For kicks?
Let's start your division. NFC South.
Carolina.
No.
No.
Saints.
I'm gonna say Tampa.
I said Tampa as well.
No.
I'm not saying about a large margin, but I just
it's gonna be a tight division, but I still think it'll be a close, tight division. But I'm gonna go with Tampa for some reason.
Man, I don't believe it's real unless Jamie wins. With the Saints or whatever, I have playoff expectations, but unless Jameis Wilson steals some crab legs again or some crawfish, he ain't doing nothing, man.
Crawfish.
He's gonna be selling crawfish and ball crabs. You know what I mean?
I just don't. I think the winner of the division wins like 11 games. Because I think y'all gonna beat up each other, and it's gonna be close. I mean, I say for example, if Tampa wins 11, I think y'all right behind them at 10. But I think it's gonna be. It ain't gonna be it ain't gonna be no blowout like it was in years past, where it's
that division got one of the hardest
games.
Does it not?
Yeah, it is. The NFC South is one of the hardest. I think
the hardest.
They didn't make any big improvements on the offensive line, and no improvements on defense.
Mm-hmm.
And
hey, they got Malcolm Jenkins.
No, I'm talking about Tampa. I'm talking about Tampa.
And I just see Tom, goddamn overachieving ass Brady nigga ain't gonna have them niggas psyched up. That's all I see.
Well, I'll ask like this. For Tom Brady, here's my thing. Tom Brady had a suspect offensive line last year with New England Patriots. You going into Tampa Bay, yeah, they have a better receiving core, but the offensive line really sucks.
Yeah.
So I don't see. I mean, unless the running game really saves them from themselves.
Who was their quarterback last year?
Jameson and that.
That's probably why like this. You know, your quarterback. You know, sometimes your quarterback can make your line look bad too, right?
On the ball.
Like looking more scared and overthinking shit, and right, looking like that shit collapsing faster than what it really is. So remember now, he lead the league with interceptions for play. It's called bad decision. So that's deceiving. Now we don't know. They might be a little decent than we know, but just because of the quarterback and he throwing all them picks, they just bad by default. Now we got somebody that's a little smarter, ain't gonna get the ball out a lot smarter, ain't gonna get the ball out quicker. They may not look as bad, so they might improve. Now the fact he got receivers, that's where make it even 10 times better because he's gonna even get it out even quicker.
But I think too, with Tom Brady for the first time in his career is going to play in a competitive division. He came from a team where they won. They only lost. There was 2 years when they only lost a division in the last 20 years.
Yeah,
in one of the year he still made the playoff. Well, he was injured.
True,
Yeah,
but y'all in the division, but at the same time, y'all in the division known for going from last to first and first to last all the goddamn time. So y'all, we can't put faith. You know, we don't never know what y'all division gonna do. So it's always up for grabs.
Well, I was like this at the end. I mean, this me be completely honest. So now you have Carolina, who is straight run heavy team, right? Straight run heavy team, little to no play action or whatever. Then they have somebody who can actually game manage for them. Yeah. Now you have Atlanta, who forever will always blew a 25-point lead in the Super Bowl. They had a defense towards the end of the season. So they beat the Saints. And then we came back and beat them again, you know what I mean? So don't get me wrong, it's kind of I think with our division, we kind of look at it like it's the Saints versus whatever team. I mean, it's like Saints in Atlanta, it's Saints in Tampa now. You know what I'm saying? Or no, I'm saying, but think about it. It's like it's always been the same division to win with Atlanta if they good, or Tampa Bay if they good, or Carolina if they good. But I will say, like, for Tampa Bay standpoint, I think you have one of the top three defenses probably one of the top three, the top division to have probably the best best defenses in the NFC, whereas it's going to be the Saints, Atlanta, and Carolina, and let's see. And if you kind of look at it, I'm pretty much more sure like the NFC South defense ratings are not that off.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll dip into that.
Tennessee and the AFC South.
Well, let's stay with the NFC. So NFC East, who y'all think is there? I'm picking. I'm saying the Eagles.
I'm gonna say the Cowgirls.
I'll say Eagles, then Cowboys second.
Eagles.
Raheem, are you financially obligated to answer this one way?
Fuck no. I'll let y'all have that one. Y'all can have that one.
NFC West, I see Seattle.
Yeah.
Seattle, yeah.
I think Cardinals is going to be a surprise. I think they might make it in as a wild card.
Right, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because the Niners offense is going to hurt them the most in the bigger picture.
I think they might have that Super Bowl hangover.
Who talking about the 49ers?
Yeah, just getting there and not coming through. And then probably players going to probably be in their feelings as far as I should be playing more, that Eagle type shit as you have a winning team like that. So,
yeah.
NFC North.
Minnesota.
What y'all got there?
I have Detroit. I know. I just want to see him win one. I mean,
I'm going Green. I'm going Green Bay.
I'm going Green Bay as well.
I say Detroit.
I don't know. I think the Vikings will compete for second, and then the Bears. I think they might just. The Bears need to be the team that go after Deshaun Watson. Like they just need to. Fuck. I understand they went and got Nick Foles and everything, but they need to just go all in on somebody for real.
So we're not gonna say Detroit. Detroit was winning at the beginning of the year, and it declined after that.
No, we're not.
Man.
I don't understand why Matt Patricia still has a job. I don't.
Exactly.
He has. I think the stat line they said is that he hadn't won it. The dude before him won more games this last season than he has since he's been there.
Yeah, Jim Cole was it?
Yeah, Caldwell.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Cole was actually
never got rid of him.
Yeah, and I like Matthew Stafford too. I want him to win, but it's just
it ain't gonna happen with Detroit.
Right. So.
All right, swinging to the AFC. We can go to my squad, AFC South.
Anybody but the Titans.
Fuck you. Of course, I'm saying the Titans.
They win it all if they don't fall in love with the passing game.
I agree. You gotta stick with your breadwinner.
Yeah.
If you get too cute, it's gonna be a problem.
I feel like they keep it balanced. They still will be good to go. Just don't make it one-sided.
Right. Yeah. I mean, if it's 60-40, I can deal with that, but I don't want to just throwing the ball 75% of the time. Fuck that.
Right.
That's not how we do it.
I'll go Titans also.
Yeah.
The black and blue.
Time out. Let's go back. So we just gonna ignore the fact that Phillip Rivers is at the Colts?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can keep that going. On to the next one. They ain't even worth talking about.
Who else they got?
Right.
Fuck it. Yeah, Titans.
T.Y. Hilton always on one leg.
Marlon Mack.
Yeah. Like,
we're not going toward Jaguars. We're not going.
Ain't gonna be able to do it.
We're not gonna say
AFC North.
Ravens.
Ravens, yeah.
But unless Joe Burrow comes through with the clutch.
Nah, he gonna win. Like we said before, 6-7 games should be his goal.
Yeah,
I can see
it's gonna come later in the year.
AJ Green was looking good catching them passes from close.
He gonna be sitting out soon.
Yeah, I know, man.
Yeah,
I know. Yeah, you had B Moore's mercy, so it is. Yeah, that's the no-brainer there.
Yeah, AFC West.
KC.
Yeah,
KC.
I mean, I think the Raiders can slide in the wild card, but
Denver an upset.
I don't even see us as no wild card, but I got you. I respect it.
I can't make these inside jokes.
No, you can't root for Denver. You can't root for Denver in any kind of way.
Exactly. Yeah, you lost all Denver privileges. You can't go nowhere near Denver.
And then the AFC East.
Bills.
It should be the Bills.
It should be the Bills, but I don't think it's going to be the Bills. It should be the Bills division to win, but I think they're going to fuck it up. I think the Patriots are going to win again.
Yep. I was thinking the same thing too. Killer Cam got a lot to prove and show, so I could see them still pulling it off again.
You got Belichick complimenting them and everything.
So if Tula starts in Miami, still same thing.
Not to win the division. They can play well, but they're not going to win the division.
And they should not play him this year at all. Let that hip. I'll give that hip one more year.
So we're not gonna talk about old boy with the Jets. He's actually pretty okay.
Mono King? Hell no. Man, my nigga still catching mono at fucking 25 years. How he getting the cooties at this age. Nah, I don't trust him.
Dude said, I'm seeing ghosts out there, man.
Yeah.
I've never heard that in football in my life.
That's the wrong thing to say in football because that's when we got him. We got him, coach.
Rattle.
Was that Kyle Van Noy when they were asking questions? Wait, he said that for real?
I mean, that's like when you say in football when you're hearing footsteps. Like that, to me, that used to be the thing that you say, like, that's the worst thing you say. I'm hearing footsteps. I'm catching the ball across the middle. I'm dropping because I'm hearing footsteps. But if you seeing ghosts, I think out here like the Sixth Sense. Like,
well, him and his coach, you can tell what they be doing. They both on that hell of a drug club.
mm-hmm.
I say the Bills.
It should be the Bills. But I feel they're gonna fuck it up. I feel they're gonna fuck it up.
So they're gonna fuck it up. Okay, so let's say let's just have a game. So Detroit and the Bills, who you have more faith in?
Bills.
Fuck yeah.
Nigga, nobody voting for them Detroit boys. Trash.
Man, it's like I said, man, it's hard. I love Matthew Stafford, but he ain't gonna do nothing there. And like you said, Matt Patricia sucks.
And then, so I don't know if you heard this week about Calvin Johnson in Detroit.
Oh yeah.
Whatever.
Boy, the reason why he don't even go to the facility because they still owe him money. They owe him bonus money.
Yep.
$1 million. This is what we do.
Wow.
I don't know, man. Damn, Detroit. They may be the team that needs to go.
Yeah.
The next ballpark right about now.
Yeah, they're the last team to probably ever win a title. At the rate they going.
Haven't won a playoff game since 57. Well, no, since 90. 92.
Yeah, it was Scott Mitchell.
But yeah.
So,
but I don't think that was their last championship though. 57.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I look at them as the last team to probably, they ever get to the Super Bowl or anything.
Hey, the Saints was once there.
Hey, you keep your mind.
But like this though, like at least we knew the Saints still put out some quality team. Y'all just had y'all got some fucked up luck on some shit. Detroit, you just always just never had no faith in them. Ever. And they don't care if a season like, oh, we know we going to the playoffs. It's just like how they gonna just completely fuck this up? Who gonna retire on us early? Who we gonna run into retirement early? You had Barry Sanders and Calvin Johnson retiring their prime.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. All-time greats.
Your two best players of all time both retired in their prime.
NFL should be like, at this point, y'all don't really have to do Thanksgiving this shit.
Right. I don't know what that agreement is. I don't know what that agreement is, but they need to do like the NBA and just make it to where it's only for the best teams to play on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what under the table deal Detroit got with Detroit Pimps put that together, but that needs to change real quick. Same thing with the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, the Cowboys, their ratings is there, so you can't cut that. Them ratings is there, so you can't. It is what it's sadly because but they got because you want to sit there and watch them lose. That's entertainment.
True.
That's true.
Win, lose, or
That's
draw.
entertainment. You want to see all the Cowboy fans get quiet, especially when they play at home. That shit is a beautiful feeling. When they losing and that shit quiet as hell, like a little church mouse, outstanding. So now you gotta keep them, but I think Detroit they got shit. They can get that to some. I'm surprised they don't have like one AFC team and one NFC team to just do it every single year. Like you said, you got the Cowboys. This shit. Pick fucking
Chiefs.
Pittsburgh or fucking
Patriots.
Chiefs. Yeah, somebody else in the AFC side that can just get this every year going forward now.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I don't like the Rapist crew, but they got a lot of they got a lot of freaking history. They got enough history where they are entitled to have that.
And for those who don't know, he's referring to the Steelers.
Hey, everybody knew the LA Rapist crew. Yeah, that shit is well documented.
Well, what we're gonna say is, shout out to Jerome Bettis, who is the only Steeler that matters. You know what I mean?
What about Cordell Stewart?
Yeah, him too. But everybody else outside of that, it's like,
Anybody wearing no Cordell Stewart, whatever. Troy Polamalu. You can get Troy some love.
Troy.
Yeah,
Troy.
Troy. Yeah.
Rod Woodson too.
Yeah, Hines Ward.
Yeah, Haswell, yeah.
Yeah, so they got some. They got some people. It's just that you know that rapist just fucked it up for them all. Going forward, and that audacity to boo doggone Michael Vick. And I'm like, man, get your priorities together.
Hey man, that's Pennsylvania, bro. It don't make sense.
This is true.
All right, we're gonna take a quick break and we'll be back and we'll jump into music. Jump into the Nas album and the versus battle with Brandy and Monica. Be right back. All right, next up, jump into music. I'm pretty sure one of our, at least I assume, one of our favorite artists, Nas, dropped a new album on Friday.
Yeah. You know.
See, that's why I said assume.
I just
Shit. Coming from the guy that ain't seen paid in full.
Yeah, he about to get lit up like a boy. He about to get lit up like a Christmas tree. And everybody, I'm about to light his ass. He's about to pay talking about some nah about no Nas. She was gonna be pretty.
Everybody's shifting their chair, man.
Man, that was almost like personally. That was almost like one of those moments, boy. Personally, I don't like Nas. Nigga, what? Have you heard Illmatic?
I'm about to get ugly.
Oh, man.
Oh,
Hey, man.
Oh my God.
Hey, man, we just trying to get ahead, man. Just keep moving forward.
Trying to kill it.
For those who are regular listeners, you probably will get it. But anyway, he dropped a new album, King's Disease. I feel it's typical Nas. I think he did a good job as far as getting a younger producer.
Yes,
to kind of
I think that
blend the
helped
times. And a couple of his features. So I listened to it a couple of times, and I definitely
Wait, we don't think Chris Webber did a good job producing us that time?
we don't need Chris Webber doing anything audio.
Exactly.
Need him doing anything audio, calling games, none of that.
Right.
Nah. Elbow jumpers all day.
Another time. Get back to Nas.
This is why that's why we said Nas has questionable beats picking skills here. We don't want him picking beats.
Because I had one of my boys, I told him, I was like, hey, Nas album pretty straight. And he was like, the first thing he says, like, I don't know, man. Sometimes his tracks can be kind of whack. I was like, oh, he got hit, boy.
It will grow on you. How about that? You know what I mean?
Some stuff, but yeah.
Yeah, but it's the lyrics that's carrying the beat, like kind of like Jada Kiss said.
But he grows up in an era where that's what they did.
Actually,
I parallel park on the track.
Yeah. But his Life is Good album was actually a good production, but it just didn't get the it didn't get no love, like, because I think people just were still concerned about the beats and everything. But it was actually
I love that album. Yeah,
that was a very that was a very surprising good album now. So he did well picking beats on that one. Then he messed it up by dealing with Kanye on the next, pretty much follow up after that. So Kanye kind of screwed that up. But then him to pick Hit Boy, I was like, okay. I said, this is gonna be interesting to hear Hit Boy do this for him and all the way. And I said, Hit Boy can do West Coast and East Coast type beats. So I said, this will be interesting.
Hey, I always say like this, whatever, and this is for any artist that goes out there. Anybody who goes into a situation where they genuinely love somebody they're getting the fuck rid of, album will be good. So the man's on that thing with a green dress. It was gonna be fire regardless.
Yeah.
No.
And I listened to that yesterday, by the way.
Well, Life is Good album.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that was you would think that was gonna be because that was Khaleesi's wedding dress. So that's about to pour his heart and soul on that shit. Like
it was definitely personal, that album.
Right. Yeah, definitely, yeah. Cause my favorite joint on there was the one with Amy Winehouse on there.
Yep.
Cherry Wine. That's my shit right.
Yeah.
Actually, to be honest with you, my favorite song is actually The World's an Addiction.
That's a good one.
Isn't that the one with Accident Murders on there too?
Yep, Accident Murders.
Yep.
with him and Rick Ross. I
Ross,
mean, he had
yep.
some bangers on. I don't know, I mean, at the same time, I tell people all the time, it's like when it comes to artists, it's albums that everybody will fuck with, just across the table, like Illmatic. But if you're a fan of a particular artist, it's certain albums that only those type of fans can appreciate. So
Right.
I think the introduction was even good. The introduction was banging on that one.
Yeah.
So it's
I like the Bye Baby.
Yeah,
yep,
that too.
one too.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
Aaron Hall, huh?
Oh.
That was Aaron Hall.
Yeah.
Yep, they're all on there. Yep. So that was a surprise. He will go left field and bring out some people you wouldn't expect to hear. He ought to bring some people from the grave. And they say, oh shit, he's still alive? Oh shit. Like he did with Foxy Brown on this one, which I think was the only low point of the album. Sad but cost.
The firm is back, baby. Bringing back my Gucci loafers. You know what I'm saying? Bringing
You
this.
think they're gonna drop another album?
Fuck no.
I hope not. I don't hear no more Foxy. That shit was horrible.
Hold up. I was like this. You can bring AZ back.
Yeah.
You can leave everybody else behind.
Yeah. I was mad they didn't have Nature. I'd have preferred Nature. Then that was but nah, that Foxy was horrible, man. I was like, oh God.
I mean, I think that was a hookup. I think that's
oh yeah, it was showing love though. It was
showing love. You my peoples. Let me get you on, get you some money.
But, and then just to confirm, like put that nail in the coffin, you done. You going out there in the past. Kim still got it better than her.
I just can't look at Kim.
Yeah, exactly. You just can't look at Kim. But Kim still sounds way better than Foxy. Foxy sounded, oh my God, that's like she smoked like 1,000 packs a day.
I mean, I don't know.
Ain't she? I haven't. Ain't she deaf?
Well, I was about to say, like, that's why her voice is going to sound. That's what I took it as. That's why she sounded different. Because I went back and listened to some of her old albums. She lost her hearing.
Yeah, Foxy is. Yeah, she is deaf. That is true. I forgot about that shit.
Cold-hearted.
I still
equal opportunities.
Hey, I still ain't taking back what I said. Boy, she's even the verse still sounded like she was trapped in the 90s. So it wasn't even like she sounded even more relevant.
Come on, bro. It's the firm, man. The firm.
I know.
It's always the firm. Choo.
Hey, it's like this. It was I will say the weakest song on the album, personally. But overall, though, it was still good. And it was actually, and you noticed though, all the songs were not very long songs.
I mean, that's always been the case with him, if I remember correctly. Like going back over albums.
Yeah, he do average around 3 minutes a song.
He don't really do long songs because he don't do many features.
Yeah.
And, he's never really been a person to have 4-5 verses on the track.
And you could tell the features that he had on there, that was all Hit Boy's decisions on the features.
Oh, yeah. Because
he went much younger.
He ain't going to be close enough to recognize these younger cats like that, like talking about.
Yeah, only Big Sean is the only one he'll probably, he would, definitely know off the rip. But other than that, I think everybody else was definitely Hit Boys. Even though Hit Boy and Sean, Big Sean got a great relationship also. But you could tell that that's was all him with the features, with the young people.
Well, y'all ain't like Car 85 with Charlie Wilson?
Hell yeah.
I like that one too, yeah.
They're all of them there. Now, my favorite one is All Bad with Anderson .Paak, though.
Yeah, that one jam, too.
That's my song. That's the one I like the most on the album. So,
but I want to see him do a video for Ultra Black, though. I think that would be a good single vibe. If you do, a video, concept with that. With Black Power type shit.
Somebody else say it was wrong for taking a shot at Doja Cat, though.
That's what I said. I was going to get to that with Raheem. So, he took a clean shot at Doja Cat.
Yeah, I would take a shot at.
Why was he wrong for that?
I don't know.
I didn't say he was wrong. I just said
some people think he was wrong just because of she's not she's young and she ain't relevant enough for somebody his age to take a shot at.
Fuck that, man. She was cracking jokes on black people.
She got millions of viewers, so she's relevant enough.
But nobody like Spicy, the bonus track.
Yeah, Yeah. Like I said, I like all
Like I
the
said, I like
songs except for the
yeah,
one
like
with
to me, it
Foxy on it.
jam all the way through. Like I played,
Yeah,
I didn't stop it at any point. I didn't skip nothing.
No, I ain't skip anything neither. Like I said, I listened to it 6 times. So now I'm all in. It definitely was. It was on the money.
The only thing I can honestly say is I feel like for every Nas album, he should have Rick Ross with him, some type of way.
He should have a Ross. I think him and Ross.
They vibe good.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least do one song. They should just do a song on each other's album going forward.
Yeah, Full Circle would have probably been a better song if you had Ross and the Firm.
I mean, of course, Ross is gonna carry it.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's the thing. I look at it like in that case or whatever. Yeah, Ross and the Firm. Bring back the Firm with Ross. You can't mess up.
Well, nah, you ain't gonna mess up at all. But the other people gonna feel some kind of way about that though, man. But
They ain't relevant. Who's relevant now? Out of that group, AZ just about the only one that people still probably remember.
yeah, that mean of course.
Yeah, but people it still don't mean they ain't gonna get in their feelings.
Yeah, he gonna feel some kind of way the most. I'm not worried about the other. I think AZ will feel more like something because everybody felt like AZ and Nas should have did an album together.
Yeah.
Would it really benefit Nas? No.
It'd have been more for AZ.
It would be better and it been beneficial for us freaking hip hop heads. That's what it been beneficial for us.
Man, that's been like a 15-year ago wish.
Well,
Yeah.
I know it's gone.
I mean, shit. Well, wait a minute. Hold on. Jay Electronica did it. We've been waiting on Jay Electronica forever.
Oh, hold up. So I'm gonna make this Facebook comment one more time on this podcast. When Jay Electronica album wasn't relevant, nobody believed him. The world was a better place. We didn't have all this shit going on in 2020. The moment that he dropped his album in 2020, that's where all this bullshit started happening.
This is facts. This is a factual situation.
It's like opening up a coffin, huh?
Yeah, it was.
We opened
Goddamn,
Pandora's box. We opened Pandora's box by allowing Jay Electronica putting the album out. I get it.
An actual album out.
Yeah, actual album. And it still was good and entertaining, but it came with a price.
What I help?
I said it came with a price, nigga. Hey, it came with a price.
Next, Frank Ocean gonna drop an album.
Shit, and Frank Ocean, bro. Hey, bro. The 2 hurricanes gonna hit New Orleans. and then shit, I don't know what the hell. Bernie Sanders might win the presidency this year. Shit. That's the case. If Frank Ocean dropped the album.
Well, Frank ain't gonna drop one for another 5 years. Unfortunately, he lost his brother and everything.
Yeah,
so
I was about to say he got stuff going on.
So he really ain't gonna drop no time soon. So we can definitely let that go. So we ain't holding our breath on that one.
So jumping back to Nas, so even though it wasn't a full project, why is Jay-Z still bitter? Why is he still releasing music when Nas dropped an album?
Well, it was a Pharrell. Technically, it's a Pharrell song, but of course, we know Jay-Z had influence of dropping it.
Right.
Same time, though, picking a drop date on it. Hey, man, like this. He heard that album. He heard the album. He's like, damn, this shit kind of good. I don't need this nigga get no leg up on me. I got to drop something just to keep my name relevant so he don't get too much time.
Did y'all see that on IG? I don't know if I sent it to y'all when it was like they went back and tracked all the Nas albums and what Jay-Z albums or music was released that same day. It's like 7 albums from Nas.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Like 7 different projects.
Hey, man, whenever you murder somebody the way Nas did Jay, you got no choice but to keep that buzz going. You know what I'm saying? That was that right there. The Jay and Nas battle, lyrically, was probably the best battle ever in hip hop. On how things.
Yeah, Nas came so hard with the ether. It was just like, God damn. Really, Nas, that's what we gonna do. But Jay came at the man at a bad time in his life, and Nas said, "Fuck it, I'm going out guns blazing. Somebody gonna die today." And it is what it. And that's what always kept Nas relevant because of that. And that East Jay alive that he actually lost a battle. So he felt like he always gotta he's gotta keep that one up. He know the.
Wait a minute. So let's go back. Did he lose? So you say he lost the battle, which I agree at that point. But did he lose the war?
No.
Okay.
But just losing that one battle just eats him alive, though. That he's so egotistical.
No. Technically,
Wait, how do you mean it as far as the war goes?
oh,
Like,
Jay was
Jay
Jay
got like 7 songs going at Nas. Like he ain't never stopped. Like Nas just like dropped Ether and just walked away. Maybe I think he did that one song with the Queensbridge album.
yeah.
But after that, he just let it go. Jay-Z kept on going.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jadis would never let it go because that ether came so hard he could not come with anything else to
Super
top
Ugly.
afterwards.
Yeah. Blueprint 3.
All right, and then Blueprint.
Whatever
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
Yeah, the Blueprint 2. That's what that was. Yeah, so he just never could
TJ Jakes a rap or whatever he said. Yeah, TD Jakes a rap.
Well, technically, Jay won the war because he wasn't the head of Def Jam, and then Nas was still on a label, or did he bring him on a label?
He brought him on or something like that. So
yes, yeah. So
that's
technically, once he did that or whatever, once you employ your enemy, that's a forever business move that you.
It's like buying your enemy a bottle.
Yeah,
pun intended.
Right.
I mean, they've been cool ever since. I mean, don't get me wrong, they've been cool ever since. You know what I'm saying, on that level. But I think
Are they really cool though?
No,
but are they really cool?
They're cordial. They're cordial.
But I'm pretty sure that Nas probably reached out to Jay and be like, hey, look, man, keep this trend going. Because as long as we believe that there's a feud between them two, it's gonna sell.
Well, they said it took a Def Jam retreat that would actually had them get cool, and that's how he ended up signing. They had this retreat somewhere, and Nas happened to be around, and he brought him through, and that's how they actually had a conversation and talked about everything, and then kind of squashed what they had, and that's how he ended up signing to Def Jam.
Oh.
And stuff like that. So it happened by just sheer coincidence and things like that. It wasn't even planned or even mapped out. It was just an eerie coincidence that happened. But like I said, but Nas kind of always just, and then Nas don't give a damn. Nas did his part, and then he just go back and just mind his own business. He don't care. He don't be worrying about what other people do or anything. That's just Jay. He just, that ego of his, he just got always have to be number one. And he don't want nobody coming. He feel anybody coming near his crown, he got to at least remind you that he's still here. So that's why I feel like that's interesting that he always drops something when Nas drops something.
Yeah.
And that's a sign of respect. And Nas can look at it as a sign of respect too. At least he know, like, hey, he know I'm around, and then he's still scared of me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because Jay net worth is $1 billion. Nas net worth is 70 million.
And there's actually more than that with Nas though. It's just a lot of his stuff is still in investments and stuff.
Yeah.
So his stuff at any moment his shit could shoot up to damn near $1 billion if anything go public.
Pop
on
off,
the stuff So he's known the Capital Ventures with a lot of companies. He did the starter businesses with a lot of companies. So he's in the mix. So that shit can change in a hot second.
Oh, yeah.
Pill, company on top of that. So now doing this thing. He's cool. He chilling. He just mind his business and keep it chilling light.
Yeah, because he had stock in Amazon. I think he had stock in. It was something else that he had stock in where he
he had an Uber.
Yeah.
He helped start that. He did that and that Casper mattresses and it's a couple of other Dropbox.
Yeah.
So he's into that. It's a couple of other not Uber, Lyft. He's in Lyft. He had started up the Lyft. He did the capital with Lyft and everything. And it's like he's like around 20 doggone businesses that's really all, at least 5 of them in the worth billions right now. So if they go public,
yeah,
he's great. Well, he's straight regardless, but he'll jump up in that
Add on to
bracket real quick. You know, just like Chameleon areas and everything.
Yeah, that's funny. It's funny to write that up because I literally was typing it in right now. Like, how much is his net worth?
Yeah.
So technically, right now he's worth 50 mil. Chameleon in 2020.
See, and I mean, and like this, he actually got a couple of joints too. It popped. He beat.
Changed to another number.
Whole nother number. So.
Yeah. Interesting how things work out, huh?
Yeah. So I have nothing but respect for Nas, man. So I'm happy that he did do this actual one producer vibe thing too, and it came out great. And go young rather than just dealing with some of the older cats. He went with a young producer. So I did like that. Hit Boy is definitely one of the most underrated producers in the game too.
Who?
Hit Boy.
Yeah.
All right, next up, we got our next versus battle set up. We got Brandy versus Monica. I know people have been fighting for this one for a minute. What's y'all take on the matchup? Tony Love, who you got? Who you think is got the more ammo?
I think Brandy will have the ammo, but Monica's more the people's champ. So.
Interesting. Yeah, I think Brandy is the better vocalist, especially with Monica coming out recently, trying to help get C Murder out of jail. I think that might boost her following going into the battle.
So Monica C Murder out of jail?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, her and C Murder used to date. Don't they got kids together? If I remember correctly.
But they did date for a good minute.
Yeah.
You know, right before he went to jail and everything. So
why you think Monica used to always be at Teen Summit?
Oh, that's right. That is true.
It wasn't for the love of New Orleans.
Yeah. And still to this day, she's still cool. You know, she still go down and chill with Mia X and, you know, everything. So now she still stays close, you know. So she stay in New Orleans still all the time. So, you know, so she got a lot of New Orleans ties to the fullest. So she showed love to the city.
Yeah, there's a lot of them that low key.
Wait, Tony Love?
No, I said there's a lot of them that low key chill with a lot of New Orleans artists. I remember seeing Yo-Yo hanging out with Mia X.
She just was chilling with her right before the pandemic hit.
Yeah,
she was down there chilling.
Had a little thing of gumbo. Like, oh, you got that gumbo?
Yeah, everybody. Like I said, all the female artists are cool with Mia X. Yeah, she is cool with pretty much she's cool with everybody. Mia,
she's about to be 50.
No, she is 50.
She is 50?
She hit 50 this year. She hit 50. And looking cuter than ever. Now, you talking about the original cutest voice ever on the face of this earth is Mia X. I can listen to Mia talk all fucking day.
Yeah, Juvenile is only 43 years old?
Yeah, he's our age.
Yeah, I thought he was 45, but okay.
He's like around our age, yeah.
I know he was in our age bracket for sure.
Remember when he came up when he was like 13?
Yeah.
When Bounce with the Juvenile, I believe he was like 12, 13 years old.
Yep.
I thought he was like 47 at this point.
I thought he was 45. I thought he was like 2 years older than me. Well, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know BG turns 40 next year.
Later this year. I think his birthday in November. He's
okay,
my
then.
age.
So, okay then. So I figured. Okay then.
Is he still in jail?
Yup.
Yeah.
Okay.
He should be getting out soon though.
So,
think about it. 2021 BG and C Murder collaboration.
Nope.
Man, they don't need to do that.
That's parole violation. Them niggas, they not gonna do nothing together.
You can't be around another felon.
Nope.
Nah, exactly. So
Hey,
they can't. So no, that ain't happening.
hey, man, all they could do is just send the tracks to each other. They ain't gotta be around each other.
They
Nah,
for that.
they
Nah,
voices don't even need to be on the same song.
exactly.
That would be amazing. I'll be there for it.
I'm pretty
You
sure
know,
they got a song together though. I'm pretty sure
yeah.
on C Murder, one of those C Murder later albums, they got a song together.
Yeah, so I would be yeah. Well, everybody would love to hear that, but nah, anybody trying to send the crime rate up? It's a lot of energy there. That's a lot of somebody gonna get slapped, dude. Can't be playing that all willy nilly.
So since we jumped over to that family, the No Limit Chronicles.
Yeah, we're all about the verses, but yeah, let's
Man,
go.
yeah, we can skip past that. They ain't,
Yeah.
we already know Brandy gonna murder that shit. So
Yeah, pretty much.
No Limit Chronicles, I think they did a great job breaking down
Outstanding job. They did an
the
outstanding job.
I think people forget or maybe don't know if they're younger, like how influential and how big of a thing was for P to get that deal that he got.
And how he messed up the whole rap game.
Like he changed the game for everybody. Like if anybody listened to that Solange album where he's on the interludes and he was talking about, this white man come offer me $1 million, he ain't never heard none of my shit. I gotta be worth 40. You know what I'm saying? Like that spoke a lot. Like nobody thought that way back then. They'll probably just been happy to get that $1 million and keep moving. But he, like we said, he changed the game for everybody.
The good and
sure
the
people get
for the
paid.
bad. It was more for the bad than the good, though. It was more for the bad.
Because them labels are never gonna get that shit out again. We ain't gonna give you that much power no more.
But he made the blueprint so simple for these simple niggas that can't rap to get in the rap game. And then fucked up why rap sucks now. He made it too easy, but at the same time, I was happy that all these artists started finally getting paid for once.
Yeah.
So it was definitely he laid the blueprint for that. So I give him props for that.
But I mean, to be honest with you, I'm glad people recognize that he's actually a true OG in the game. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like I think a lot of people, like you could say him, Suge, you can even say MC Hammer to a certain degree or whatever, just OGs to the game. I mean, think about it, like that's like Jay Prince or whatever like that, stuff like that. It's like it's kind of good to see that, P is probably getting his OG status, finally, because I think for a lot of folks they just look at it like, oh, they looked at some of his businesses as gimmicky. I mean, but technically he was FUBU before FUBU.
Right. Yeah. But at the same time, I think people also, just from New Orleans, they look at Cash Money just because they was flashy and stuff with Birdman and whatever. Not I love Cash Money to this day, but I think because of their approach, they kind of got more recognition than No Limit did when No Limit paperwork was right. You know what I'm saying? That's right. That was the bottom line. Like P was about that business aspect of it.
Right. Well, actually, Manny made Cash Money a better, like musically wise group.
Music, yeah,
yes.
Musically, like their music was actually overall better. Where P had the beats by the pounds, but some of the music still was not the best.
Yeah.
You at least had the core people, bringing a Mystical and Mia and a Snoop. Helped them become a little more credible, but it still wasn't like always the best. But he suckered you in by putting them on everybody's fucking album.
That's what I'm about to say.
And that was a great marketing scheme by putting them on everybody's album that made people just keep buying it. He really did treat everybody like fucking fiends. Like he really was, people was buying them shit, and he was dropping them every fucking week. It seemed like he was buying something.
Just so you can hear that Mystical verse, or just so you can hear that Mia X verse or Snoop verse.
Exactly. And P did get better as time went on too, though. Yeah. But he did grow and get better. But it's just like, golly, he was killing us though with that.
And it's interesting you brought up how Cash Money was better musically. I think P used the music to set up all these other ventures.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Other revenue streams that he's still making money off to this day. So
right, the movies, get into the movies, then the real estate. He got into real estate.
Shoes, sports agency.
He did the sports agency first, but screwed it up. But he taught other everybody else how to do it a little better. But he always took the chance and the risk. And, you know,
put himself
sometimes
out there
he succeeded,
first.
sometimes he failed.
Mm-hmm.
Which most business people, they fail a lot before they make that cash cow. So
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, he's definitely like you said, a
Yeah.
pioneer that deserves what he's getting.
Yeah, to get an
Especially their breakdown.
85-15 deal, that's crazy.
Yeah. And
Hey, man,
that's what clarified for me, because I never understood how he got his money. I'm like, when I first saw him on Forbes, like, what are you doing? What are you doing different than everybody else?
Mm-hmm.
I knew that
that deal. I remember reading that in the source.
I remember it too. I said, "Oh shit, he really got that deal." I was like, "Damn, okay."
See, that's the thing. That's how they get you. They give you that upfront money, and it starts you off in the hole. Don't take that shit. You know what I'm saying? You know how we do. We gonna go spend on dumb shit. And he's like, I don't even need it. He's like, just give me, percentage.
And then he actually
that's why he put out
for,
so much music.
Right. And he actually gave all his artists a good deal. He gave your ass a house, a car, and a chain,
monthly payments.
And monthly payments off the rip. So at least you knew you had a house and a car. No matter what, if you ain't drop another album, at least you know you got yourself a house and a car.
In your name. He put it. Yeah, he put it in
like
your name.
Suge Knight do. Like Suge Knight keep everything in his name, or Birdman do keep it in their names and then give it to you.
Right.
Yeah, Snoop Dogg was the first one to really put that out there about Master P. No, he did.
Yeah.
Because when he said, I thought I asked for $1,500 on one song. He gave me $35,000. Like,
yeah, that's my nigga.
Right. But he knew that was a great business move to convince Snoop to come through, sign with him, to really show him like, yo, I'm gonna really look out for you, man, and like get out of there. Convince him to leave Cali for a couple of years.
Yeah.
To come out there, change up. And he got family from Mississippi, so it ain't like he ain't used to being in the South anyway. So so he needed that slow pace for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
And P used his own street ethics to make sure a lot of deals did get closed, which he still sometimes had to keep it street.
Yeah.
And everything. I like that story about him and Baby meeting up there one time, and he said, "Nah, this ain't gonna work."
Which that's exactly how that's gonna happen.
Yeah. He said, "Nah, I can't work with this." I think he could have worked with Slim, but he knew he could not work with Baby to save his life.
Not with Birdman.
Yeah, he's like, I ain't dealing with no Birdman. Fuck all that. I can't civilize this one. I see my brother. I see C-Murder all in this nigga. Nah, I'm out of this one. You go ahead on and do your thing.
All right, we're gonna take another quick break here. We'll be back to most recent update on Tory and Meg Thee Stallion, and we'll wrap things up. Be back in a sec. All right, next up.
Tattoo on a titty meat.
Tattoo on the titty meat. To continue this saga, the Meg Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez situation, Meg Thee Stallion has came up and posted a video confirming that Tory Lanez shot her after an argument. Per our investigation, probably because she said he too short to hit it from the back. And people are calling her a snitch. So how y'all feel about how the people, well, some people are responding to the video?
Well, technically, she did somewhat lie or whatever because she said she got shot in both foots. Now we just see one, originally she said she got shot in the toe, from what our understanding was. Then all of a sudden now, it's in the back of the ankle type situation. I mean,
either way, she got shot.
Well, you could tell in the video that she was on her tiptoes, so you could tell she wasn't trying to put pressure on like the back of her foot, the way how she was walking when she got out of the car. If you look at the video again, so so it's just like okay, but she never did say where, and it's still more of a. It looked bad, but it don't look bad at the same time too. Of like, it's like you can tell it's the fragments of whatever happened that it scraped it up and looked bad. So I can't call her a snitch though because she didn't really say. Look how long it took her to say something.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, and when she responded, she said his people is putting shit out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like him and his people started like putting out stuff, and she was like, "Yo," and she tried to talk to him, and it was ignoring her, and like, so she's like, "Wait a second, y'all ain't about to sit here and make me look like the bad guy or like I caused this to get myself shot." Well, they both was in the wrong. We know they both. She said some shit still to push it, but at the end of the day, he's the one to look bad because he still fucking shot at her.
Yeah.
You know,
He took it to the next level.
yeah, he took it too far.
I personally think that he shot at the ground, the bullet ricocheted off of it, and it hit her leg.
And exactly, that's probably that's
if he shot the truck, you think that's what I was thinking too. Like maybe he pulled it out. Either way, him pulling the gun.
She said she was walking away and he shot at her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So pretty much he could have shot at the ground, hit concrete, it ricocheted, and then hit in her leg, in a back of what you call it? Yeah.
Back of the foot.
But regardless, he
still shouldn't have
get
shot.
to the point. He shouldn't even have to reach for the gun for her. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's why I say it's more. It got to be more to it. I don't just think he is reaching for no gun just to be reaching for a gun. Like I said, liquor was involved, and I bet you she probably actually fucking slapped his ass, and they got out that car and started walking, and then that would piss his little ass off that she slapped fire out his ass, and he wasn't expecting that much of an impact of a slap.
Regardless, he shouldn't be. It shouldn't be the point that he got to pull a gun out for.
I don't know, man. She from Texas.
Yeah, dude, she's 5'10", he 5'3", and that's a good solid,
Texas
180, 190. That's the Texas strength. Exactly.
Hey, I think he probably realized he was like, I can't throw my hands at her. So the only way I got to do is, I mean, don't get me wrong. I look at it like the reason why he shot it is because he can't throw hands.
Yeah. This is true, but still, you ain't have to pull the trigger though.
Yeah.
He could have just pulled it out and just like to tell her to back the fuck up. But
he walking away.
That's what I said. She was walking away.
Man. He was embarrassed.
Oh,
yeah.
no doubt.
His feelings was hurt. Like we said from the previous episode, like something happened to where his feelings got hurt.
Like you said, she smacked him.
Yeah. But come to find that, but they said to find out what's more rumor was he was actually messing with her friend and she was being the side chick.
Oh shit. Entanglement, baby.
Yeah, it was kind of more of that. And because you notice the other chick has not said anything. Because there was another, her friend was in the car too. And she still haven't said anything. So it's like, yeah, so it like bottom line, liquor was involved. She said some reckless shit. He got in his feelings. She probably smacked fire, got out that truck and tried to start walking off. And that nigga said, ain't no way I'm about to let this fucking tall ass have a slap the shit out of me in front of these people. Pow! And I was like, oh shit, this nigga hit me in the foot.
He should have shot the security guard. He let that happen to him. You gonna let her hit me?
Hey. What I told y'all, like this, what love got to do with it? When
always kiss the L in the car.
Tina got him. Niggas all lost inside of closed cars, nigga. Closed space like that, niggas all lost. Ike lost.
He used their
Chris
reach.
Brown lost. Now he lost. Yeah. Don't get in the argument with no chick in the car. That's the number one thing you should never do. Never argue with a woman in the car. You gonna lose. Especially if you behind the wheel. You even more fucked up.
Shit, I hate when hey, we need to talk. Number.
Can't go nowhere.
Can't go nowhere.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So that's all that happened. That closed space, that impact slapped the shit out of him. He probably hit his head on that glass and like, oh shit, fuck all this. And you see that you if that girl could dip that low with them titanium knees, you know them hands is fucking real, nigga. And if them nails on top of that, Yeah,
Because
he felt
she was in the front and he was in the back, right? That's what she said.
Yeah. So she,
Oh,
you know,
he wasn't expecting that reach.
exactly.
Oh, so Casey Nicole speaks saying that they assume that she was the one that shot her, but she cleared her name. Here's the thing about this whole situation. And let's be realistic. No man should never harm a woman physically in any type of way.
I disagree.
Unless the threat is real. How about that?
Yeah.
Well, however you want to paint that.
I don't necessarily. I was like this. Hey, for him to pull out a gun and she was walking away. Come on now, bro. Now she had a knife. She had a knife in her hand.
Knife in your hand and she coming at you. Not different story.
Yeah.
But if you walking away though, you gotta just hold that out.
You just can't say that there's never a reason. There's a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Don't get me wrong.
It's a reason. But just because it's a reason don't mean you gotta react to the reason, my nigga. That's what we try to say here. I get it though. Trust me.
Sips water.
You gotta tread lightly here, man. I get it. But you're gonna lose the battle regard. You're gonna lose it either way.
Hey, yeah. Do you ever know Tory Lane's real name by any chance?
Yeah, Daystar.
What?
Daystar.
Daystar.
Gay star?
Day. D-A-Y star.
No, you know
nigga.
it's family from the islands, dude. So they're gonna get those type of names. So that's why.
Daystar.
Nah, fuck that, man. Hey, Daystar, hit it from the back. Yes, ma'am. I'm gonna shoot for the stars on that. Nah, I just look at it in this case or whatever, man. Like, shit. I hope you don't run into Solange or somebody, because Solange is out there, rooting for that.
Nah, he really on that smoke. That's a different kind of energy there.
I look at
combos.
Exactly. So, she probably, turned around. I'll tell you, she turned around and slapped him in that truck, and he was embarrassed by everybody, and that's why he wanted to pull out that gun. And it just went from there. But like I said, liquor was involved. She said, like I said, they both did. They both was in the wrong, but he's always going to lose that battle by reacting to that level. So, and she still looked out like she didn't even snitch right there when the cops was there. She just tried to de-escalate everything right there on the spot, just trying not to get nobody in trouble in the midst of it, just so they can she wanted to get to the hospital, just get out the way, keep shit light. So she not even say, yeah, he shot me or nothing. She just said, hey, something happened and I got hit.
Yeah.
But I was trying to get to the hospital. Even when she was in the hospital, she still didn't say nothing. But now, a month later, and they trying to pull all this false information out on her, she's like, man, fuck this short ass little bastard. Yeah, that fucker shot me.
Yeah, I think that's when it all went wrong, when, like she said, the publicists are putting out information and attacking her. I think that's when the shit was, man.
She was being questioned too by being out and about, and you ain't seeing no bandage on her foot, no nothing. It's like, did you get shot?
Yeah.
So she's looking bad, questionable. She's looking, Then also you're gonna show this picture of that with the stitches and everything. Well, that still should have been wrapped up.
Yeah.
That still shouldn't have been out free anyway. That still should have been wrapped up one way or the other. So it's kind of like, was it really as bad as it really was? Is it,
Well, what you gonna do when days start coming after you? Bad boys. Bad boys. Days start coming after you.
But then, he's not making himself look no better neither by not being quiet all this time also.
Yeah.
Actually, the best thing is for him to be quiet, because, to be honest with you, speculation is going to be thrown out there regardless.
Use against him.
Yep.
Yeah, but you know, if you gonna still have your people out there trying to put false information out too, you making yourself look bad.
Yeah.
You still bringing more heat.
I mean, all you're gonna do is hide back in Canada. So I mean,
Yeah.
Nah, he can be extradited.
in a Daystar.
This nigga gonna keep running with that one. So, but hey, once again, we always learn something. It's the music industry is always something. All these type of incidents always happening. So
Always the R&B cats, huh?
Always the more.
I told you, you gotta watch them R&B niggas. They more about that action than them rappers.
Mm-hmm.
Been telling you this for years. They the ones that ain't rap tight.
Yeah, what was that? Michael John White said he only know two hip hop cats that fighting. That's Tretch and Fat Joe. The rest of these dudes is just faking.
Yeah.
That's facts right there. That's like 100% facts. Man, yeah. Boy, if Fat Joe tell all the stories he did, then he'd be under the jail 6 times. All the stories he had about kicking people, his infamous thing of kicking people down the stairs, that shit is legendary. So yeah,
crack.
man, like this, he had to save his life. Roy Jones was trying to get him, and he say, "Roy, I ain't trying to save you, Roy. If you hit me, it ain't gonna be good for you here. If you hit me in front of all these cats, I ain't gonna be able to stop them." So, we can talk about this, but this ain't gonna be pretty. So,
All right.
that's it for that nonsense.
Going to the wrap up. As always, Tony Love, what have we learned?
What did we learn today? We learned this episode that talking heads better beware. John Harbaugh may be on his bitch assness for letting Earl Thomas go. Luka showed his ass today on one ankle. One ankle. Chris Webber produces the best audios. And number 5, I think we got a new one here. Tattoo on the titty meat.
Tattoo on the titty meat. Drop a track on that one. That's your next single, Raheem.
Starred Tony Love Jr.
Right. That should be his first song.
Yeah, that should be his first song.
Let's run that past his mom.
Exactly.
You recorded a new song? What's the name of the song? Tattoo on the titty meat, mama. Call your dad.
Tattoo on titty meat. My dad told me how to beat.
Oh man. Ty King, what you got in closing?
Once again, dudes, don't argue with women inside the cars. Luku, aka Lulu, is becoming a legend. And hey, I had a moment there with tattoo on the titty meat. I don't know what I had a moment. It just flew out gracefully. I don't know. I was thinking about Addison Pack when he said it on one of his songs, and it just worked perfectly. That's one of the ultimate. That's one of the new red flags. Tattoo on the titty meat is a red flag.
So tattoo on titty meat and a half sleeve is bad, or just tattoo on the titty meat?
Tattoo on the titty meat. No, just really on it and the neck. Neck and titty meat is red flags.
But so many girls got them these days. You know what I mean? Like I think,
and they all
there's so many red flags.
It's a red flag.
Man, I bet you can notice all of them are single too, or in dysfunctional situations.
Dysfunctional.
So, as they just saying.
One of my old front desk agents had a scorpion on her neck. Good at her job, but personal relationships was
all over
the place.
See, that's what I'm just saying.
Not all tattoo people got problems.
No, I said location.
That's not what we said.
location of the tattoos is where the problem is. That's all.
That's like seeing a dude with a tattoo in the middle of his eyes. You know that's a bad sign from jump.
Yeah.
Shout out to Silver Slim.
Right. So you just gotta, that's all. I'm just, I just be paying attention out here in these streets, man. I'm, unfortunately, and I've just noticed that a lot. Tattoos of the titty meat. A lot of bad decision-making skills, man. A lot of bad decision-making skills.
So which one is worse, the tattoo on the titty meat or the tramp stamp? Would you say the level?
Tattoo on the titty meat, dude.
The tramp stamp don't have no.
At least the tramp stamp you can hide from the majority of the time.
Hide that.
You can hide that.
Think about bring your
William.
Bring that. She got shit all across. Yeah, you take that home to mama and see the look you get.
I used to see that one chick when I worked at Winn Dixon. She had that William. It's like, who? And I never saw no dude with her. It just say the William.
Yeah.
Or Juvenile said, how you can tattoo a nigga name on your spine.
Hold on, was this in New Orleans or this was in Houston, Anthony? Tony Love?
New Orleans in Bunker Hill. That Winn Dixon there.
I think I might know who you're talking about. Dark skin guy?
She was not too chocolate.
Yeah, I think I know. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I ran from that one. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, you Soldier Slim shit. Nah, no way.
Hey man.
I like an aggressive girl, but you better outshine me, goddammit.
All right, Raheem Goodell, what you got in closing?
Tattoo on titty meat. featuring Young Love on a track. I want to say, I don't know, man. I think quarantine is putting in perspective a lot of shit in regards to just how much of an ant shit person you are, and you're redefining yourself back into the world as people start to socialize again. So I will say for those who are missing that $600 welfare check, you know what I'm saying? Time's up, motherfuckers. Time's, go to Indeed or go to LinkedIn, and get your job that's actually worth the while, because you're too old to try to depend on some type of government assistance at this point in life. You know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, the getting was good for a minute. So, it's time to kind of cut that. Oh, and also, for those who not taking no shot, but those who are blasting out their single through this, I said no shot, nobody. All I'm saying is if you're putting emphasis on that a little bit more than normal, nobody just don't want your ass. That's it. I'm starting to see I'm starting to see to the point now is like they're justifying them being single through the pandemic, and it's like, so you telling me you ain't getting no type of dick or no type of pussy during this whole process? Nobody just don't want your ass. But if you can move, right, you know what I mean? So I look at it like that's my other kind of pet peeve I've kind of seen lately. You know what I mean? And also, if you ain't getting no head throughout this whole process,
Oh man. On that note.
You know me on video, right?
He don't care. He don't care. He don't care. He don't care at all.
All of this is pow, pow. Shot. He said, I ain't taking no shots.
No, I'm not taking no shots.
Hey, they're going to take it as shots, yo. I'm glad, I'm glad I'm secure about my singleness. My singleness is by choice. I'm good.
I ain't shit.
I'm going to take that shit personal, but that no head. Oh, that no head is not going to sit well with somebody that hit this particular episode. I'm going to say pow.
No, first of all, if you not fucking do this quarantine, you ain't shit. Now don't get me wrong. If you just choosing not to fuck, that's one thing. But it's real easy. But during this pandemic, it's real easy to find a bitch that's find a nigga that's lonely and desperate.
But why would you want that energy, dude? That's some fucked up energy to be dealing with right now.
We did it.
Ain't got nothing better to do, so we might as well go ahead and do it.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
Nah,
That's some old jagged edge type shit.
Hey, hold on, watch it. Now we gonna talk. Hey, this is a whole Joe moment. He want to know, you know what I'm saying, what's really going on. I'm just saying, like, Ty King, let's just throw you out there. If you really want to smash right now, can you?
Yeah, I got probably option or two for sure. Yeah, but I don't want those.
But I'm saying, but you choosing not to want it.
Yeah, facts. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Though.
But my thing is, during this pandemic, people that justify their singleness, I can honestly say that niggas ain't really trying to fuck me.
True. I ain't justifying. I don't trust these suckers in these streets right now. So I'm just chilling by default. So I just want peace of mind.
Well, I will say this is like the worst baby making time too. Like people ain't mentioning that. I'm saying this is like people making babies like crazy through this pandemic. I've seen. It's kind of funny because
that's another reason why I don't want them problems. Fuck all that. I'm taking them chances. Fuck that.
And my thing is, and that's the reason why
I'm trying to make it this pandemic so I can go get snipped, nigga. I ain't just trying to get, be up in these hospitals right now. Once they get normal again, I'm gonna get them in these hospitals. But nah. Yeah. And all my shit by choice, thank God.
And I will say, because of this pandemic, it made some people go into their bag of tricks. So you see more women. I've seen more women and guys are saying, hey, I'm doing extra things now because I can't. I feel like this is what it's like head. Like I seen like at least 3 chicks said they give me head now on IG.
Well, the ones I like when a single girl show a plate of food.
Yeah,
like they cook.
Everybody trying to show their qualities right now and everything. Dude trying to show their domestic, trying to fix something in the house or change a tire.
Yeah.
Been adding to the game during this quarantine.
Yeah.
Got to develop a skill in this time, man. You got a lot of time on your hands.
Yeah, they showing you clean up a house now. They showing how clean their house look and all of that. Yeah.
Hey, man. I will say, like, it has enhanced people's inquiries about certain things, and that's what I just said. Like, it's really, that's why I say the single thing is like, if you really putting out that you loving the single life right now, you know what I'm saying? It's like for some people. For some people,
I ain't loving it, but I just rather just have my peace than to just be around here dealing with bad decision makers, kids. Especially ones who got titty meat tattoos. I don't want them problems. I just don't want them problems.
For you, it's about peace. For them, it's about validation on why nobody haven't out there now. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
True that. I got you.
But if I was single in these pandemic times, I would be having me a blast. If it was just me, I'd be like, hey, look, I'm about to go take a flight. You know what I'm saying? Because not too many people flying. You know me. I'll put a mask on and go somewhere. If I was single, but since I'm happily married, God willing, able that I'm happily married. You know what I'm saying? I'm not forever. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go ahead and take that charge and say, hey, this is it. I'm out the game.
On that note. How's that water, Tony Love? Is that alcohol?
Oh, it's delicious.
Hey man, can we put that video to like next? Can we put the video to the next show?
Nah, right. So on that note, for me, only thing I got is the New York Knicks struggles continue. That's all I gotta say.
All that negligence?
Yeah, all that negligence, no neck freezes. It struggles being a Knicks fan. Like I ain't never been a fan of a team that won. So I don't know how I feel, Tony Love and
look, hey, just leave basketball alone for a minute. Just leave it alone. Invest in your Tennessee Titans. You put your everything there, man. You got something going there.
You got something going there.
You got something going there. I literally left the same club. I was not gonna abandon and go jump on another team like Saints need to work that out. I'll be back when y'all doing something. You know, they teased me with Aaron Brooks, and then when I saw him not going over plays when when defense was out there, oh no, he gonna be back.
He ain't the guy. Yeah.
He ain't the he's still.
So I don't know. Like you said, maybe I invest in them Titans, but
Yeah.
I mean, I'm invested in Titans as it is, but just
just put the Knicks on a mantle right then. Just let them chill over there and do their thing. Yeah, like you said, you got something to look forward to and everything. See, I ain't got shit to look forward to in sports. You know,
my Yankees only missed the playoffs 3 times since '96. Only 3. I got something to look forward to. Only 3 times.
Hey, you know,
invest in something else.
Damn, the Yankees and all them home runs they hitting this year.
Well, you know, his attachment is solid. You know, I mean, if you look at the word Knicks or whatever and put K-Nex or whatever, it's all the same.
Whatever. That was a horrible joke.
It was amazing.
No. Whatever. Saints
Hey,
won
man.
by accident.
Hey, man, can't get mad about the K-Nex, bro. Can't get mad about the K-Nex.
Whatever. Put it on the T-shirt. We can sell it.
No, actually, it's a pretty valid point.
Put that shit on the T-shirt.
There's a team called the Next Daddy.
The K-Nex.
oh shit.
Whatever. Y'all some assholes. On that note, we'll be back next week with another episode. Please be sure to subscribe, like, comment, share, leave voicemails so we can get y'all included. Also, check us out on our blog on Trophyz and Medals with a Z on trophyzandmedals.com. Tony Love just put up an article today, so great job on that. Salute. And we'll be back next week with some foolishness and updates on the NBA. And
Okay, next.
Like another Tony Love. I can't stand you. I hope the Cowboys find you. On that note.
Damn, go put the W-2 out there. I see you, player. I thought we were better.
Whatever. Catch y'all next week. I'll let y'all later.
All
All right, later.